Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Canon Chatter TV. This is Lee Meadows, your host this evening, and we're here for the Crystal Palace versus Arsenal Chatalong. This is an exciting time. This is my first time hosting, so this will be a lot of fun. I am joined this evening by G Talks. How you doing, G?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm obviously excited about the game. Had a busy day today. Mondays are always a bit mad for me, especially because of the fact that I had Friday off. So I was catching up on, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's emails. So, but yeah, no, I had a little snooze. Had a little snooze after work.
Lucky you, mate.
Yeah, you know what it is, yeah. I sat on the sofa, and to be honest, it just happened. I just kind of fell asleep. So I thought, yeah, let me get some shut eye. Because I want to be fully up for this game. So yeah, no, I'm all good, man. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm definitely not nervous at all.
No reason. No reason this is nervous, man. You got this,
absolutely.
Man.
I've got this, no problem. Also joined underneath me, we've got Sam. How you doing, buddy?
Good, thank you. How are you?
All good, mate. All good. Have you had a good day?
Yeah, it's been good. Been thinking a lot about tonight and how important it is.
Absolutely.
Like every game over the last couple of weeks and the ones coming up, everyone's like a cup final. So we've just got to go out and do what we've been doing. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Fantastic stuff. Also joined over there is Matt. How are you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm all right. Still recovering from the Leicester win yesterday and travelling. Had work, but I can rest and relax now. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
That was a wonderful game from the ladies' team yesterday. It was a really good result, and it was a lot of fun. So let's run the intro video. We'll see you on the other side, and we'll talk more about the match.
Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing. The first time it's happened.
Hello and welcome back to Canon Chatter TV. So if Jeff missed intros, we've got G Talks, we have Sam, we have Matt, and we are here for Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. So this is a big old game for us, as we've already touched on. Several cup finals, all looking for that fourth, potentially third place, as long as we don't get messed around by the TV companies. But before we get into that, I want to bring up a few bits of news all around everything that's going on at the moment. I want to start with Louis van Gaal, and just briefly mentioning that he last night in front of a live microphone announced to the world that he's battling cancer. So obviously, on behalf of everyone here at the channel, we want to wish him well and best wishes. Anything you want to add, guys?
Yeah, I think it's just brave to come out like that, isn't it? It's never easy to mention that or mention what's going on to like even your family. So to come out on live on TV, and I think also it'll kind of, when things like this happen, it's always good because it gets men speaking about it again, and
Absolutely.
gets them thinking about, actually, do I need to double check? So it's always good.
It's definitely very, very good to raise awareness. I think it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. But yeah, it's bless him, and obviously we wish him well. I suppose Arsenal matters. We'll talk about Mikel Arteta briefly. Manager of the month. He's three wins and one defeat. I think the only defeat was versus Liverpool, if I'm correct. Thoughts on that, guys?
No one's going to say anything.
Hello. Go on, go ahead. I let the guests take the show tonight. Go on.
Okay, G.
Oh no, I was just going to say it's good little bit of piece of awareness for all the kids as well. I'm hoping that this will hopefully make for good momentum.
Exactly. I've got to say, I like the way he shared the award with everyone in the staff and all the players. I thought that was incredible. So, Sam, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, that's always good, isn't it? Like, that's the one thing we're lucky. Like, people say, oh, well, he's not been a manager before. But also, you haven't had a person very often that plays for your club as manager. So he knows exactly how the club runs. He knows how everyone should see fit, and he's making decisions that are good for the club and not just for himself. So I think him, by giving it to all his staff and his players, he's shown that that he's Arsenal through and through.
Yeah, man. I think that award was like fully deserved, you know. And I think even if you were to speak to rival fans, if they were being honest with themselves, banter aside, you know, if you're going into a month playing, obviously, you know, Liverpool, one of the top 2 sides in the country, and you've got what you know we've seen on paper can look easy, but if you look at results against the likes of, you know, the teams like Watford, Villa, Leicester, I can't even remember who the other 3 were. I think those were the 3 other fixtures, but it was definitely a big month. It was definitely a key month. Like, as Arsenal fans, we were all really worried, you know, what we would get in terms of a points return from those 4 games. And look, if you had said to us at the beginning of the month, you'll take 9 points from a possible 12 and lose to Liverpool, we would have absolutely bitten your hand off. So I think even in defeat against Liverpool, like, don't get me wrong, you know, if you look at the first half, you know, we went toe to toe with them. You know, we really did handle their attacking threat really well. Obviously, in the second half, they had two chances and 2 goals. And that's just what sets them aside from all the other teams in the league. You know, the fact that they're so clinical and the fact that they're so ruthless in even what is a very evenly matched game. So, look, at the end of the day, you know, it was a really good month, some really good performances, some key results, and it was fully deserved. And I think the whole thing about him, you know, taking the award and being in the presence of, you know, the whole coaching staff, I think that just kind of epitomizes the kind of man he is. And I think it just shows you what he's trying to create and what he is creating at the club. And it's that culture of unity and togetherness. You can see it on the pitch. You can see it between the lads. And I think now you can even see it, you know, at the Colney training ground. So, yeah, no, big up Arteta. It fully deserved.
Absolutely. Let's have a little look in who's in the comments, shall we? Because these are flooding in. Regular in the channel, it's Mr. Silver Fox is here. Chatalong, I love it. So lovely to see you again. Thank you. Our very own Lottie B is in the house. Evening, everybody. Want to say big thank you to that young lady who's been so helpful in getting me all set up and prepped for this. So big up to you lots. Thank you, mate. Mr. Silver Fox again saying, there it is. Yes, Planel. And fresh from the women's show yesterday is our very own G. Good evening. And if I just move that along there, I think you'll like this one, G. Never see G do a watch along. Chat along. We are keeping on brand here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. Like, it was never really massively my thing. Watching them, being involved in them. But you know what? You got to move with the times. Do you know what I mean? You got to move with the times. I'm a bit of an old man, but yeah, got to keep young and move with the times.
If you're the old man, mate, what does that make me? Anyway, moving along.
I feel older than I look.
You're as young as the person you feel. You can't say that. No, carry on. So, so Lottie B is. We all know she's a massive Smith Rowe fan. So she got the show at the ready. She's got us on the telly. Look, she's relegated the actual Premier League coverage to Sky Go, I think. So other networks are available. So and this is very important. And we're not going to go very far until we say we've got to smash that like button, people. You've got to hit the subscribe button. Let's please the algorithm. Let's do all this sort of happy stuff. And no, this is a name I'm not familiar with. So let's throw this one up. There we go. Den from Sideline Talk at Rivalries Aside TV. 2 changes. Yes, indeed. We're going to cover the team lineup in just a minute. In fact, we'll probably go on to that in just a second. But big opportunities, especially for the left back. Big night for ESR to make himself known in the starting 11. Yes, indeed, because he's recently been coming off the bench for Arsenal. It was rare to see him start for the England team the other day. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Why don't we bring up the starting 11s and we'll go through that.
And is that just a sign of the strides he's made since signing for?
Okay, thanks, G, for that. This is copyright strike. No mind. So here we go. So here's the lineups, guys. And we have Ramsdale returning in goal. Always good to see him back, especially with his distribution. Cedric continuing at right back. I don't see any sign of Tomiyasu, not just yet. He's not even on the bench today. White plays, Gabriel plays. Now, it might have been a bit of doubt on him because I believe his partner gave birth this week. So congratulations to their family. Tavares playing at left back. He comes in for his first start in, I think, 4 months in Premier League. Partey, Xhaka in midfield. Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, and Lacazette is the captain. So, guys, I'll start with Matt, if you like. Your thoughts on starting lineup, mate?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Cedric. I've seen him a long time since I've been living in Southampton. I've now moved, so I've followed his progress, and he's a great player, and he does get a lot of stick at times from Arsenal fans. But he's got the experience in the league, and he does know what he's doing. I'm hoping that tonight he can prove a few more doubters wrong and put in a solid performance. Same as Tavares. Tavares is another great left back. Obviously, we haven't got KT in the squad, so that's going to mean he's going to have to step up. I think you could almost predict it apart from Cedric and Tavares. Ramsdale back is a plus. I don't know if you're going to put on the subs as well, but
I will do. Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
bench.
There's the substitutes for you guys. Lello Holding. I don't know if I can pronounce this guy's name because I'm not very familiar with it and don't really want to butcher it. So apologies, but I believe he's a defender.
Yeah.
Forgive me though. I don't want to butcher his name, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
Swanson, I know. Thanks, Jeep. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, wonderful.
He's a fullback, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not
he's
even sure,
defender.
I know he's a defensive player, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly where he plays.
Okay. Swanson, I know we've seen him appear on the bench before. I don't believe he's made his first team. Certainly not Premier League debut yet. Lukongo, Elneny, Martinelli is on the bench now. I do believe he was a bit of a doubt as well, so good to see him there. Flores, I don't think I've seen that name on the bench before. I know he's been a revelation in the academy. You guys know much about him? Shall we go underneath me?
Yeah, a little bit. There's certain names, obviously, you get like quite a lot of. Arsenal's quite good at letting you know about the academy as well. But you hear certain ones. I believe this is the guy we signed really young from Barcelona. I hope I'm right in saying that. He's been scoring a lot of goals and been making a lot of noise. So, I think going back to that point that was made about them trying to attack our left sides, the changes that we made aren't drastic. Cedric's been like playing there for weeks in place. And on the other side as well, I don't know who's in place of Tierney. Oh, it's
Look on Tavares, yes, of course.
Yeah, so again,
we've not seen Tomiyasu since beginning of January, I believe. The cup tie against Liverpool.
I believe he's going through. I was reading tonight. He's going through like training, like from long-term injury. So they're trying to get him back, like really, really, like treating it really well, which is good to see. I know it's annoying every week when you think, oh, he could be playing again. But again, before we weren't blessed with great options when we got someone injured, but now we luckily have. So when I see a player out, it doesn't worry me as much anymore as it used to.
Mm-hmm. I want to say good evening to Keith here in the chat, who's saying no Pepe. No, I believe it's been ruled out with an injury. Do you know a bit about this, Matt?
No, unfortunately not. I think it would have been covered in the match pre-match.
Possibly on the pre-match tweets. I'll see if I can find it as we're going along. Shall I put up just to briefly cover the Palace side when we're talking about that? Just briefly, we'll put their side up there. I think Gaeta plays in goal. I believe Hennessy has been playing recently for them. So I think you've got 3 England internationals there, I believe now. Gallagher, Mitchell, and Gaye. If I pronounced that right, I hope I have. Also, want to mention briefly Zaha playing. He missed the Ivory Coast against England and their other game. He was an injury doubt. He does play. And of course, their manager is Patrick Vieira, as we know. Briefly, there's the substitutes as well. If he comes on, I'll tell you a fantasy football story about Benteke, but we'll cover that as and when he comes on. So let's pop us back into the comments and see what else is around there. Just Keith saying, hi guys, it's been a while. And I think that's about it for now. So what else should we cover? Before we go into, we've got 15 minutes before kickoff. I want to bring up a point from the international games, and particularly the Ivory Coast versus England at Wembley, and Harry Maguire getting booed by his own fans. Now, I know he's been referred to as a fridge that's broken on this channel before, but I don't think anyone deserves to be subjected to boos, especially in front of their own fans. So, guys, what do you think from that situation? Let's go to Sam first.
So I think it's never nice to see any of your own players getting booed. Like the friendly matches, he's not done anything wrong. I didn't see the game, but from what I hear, he hadn't done anything wrong. I think it was more just because of his name, and that was something that would create headlines. So that's what the fans were thinking, I'd imagine. But I don't think unless you're warranted to be booed, like some teams are when they play awfully, and you paid money to go and see them, which is fair enough. But yeah, I don't think it's right, to be fair. Not especially when they've got a tournament coming up that we want them to go all the confidence in for. We don't want to hinder anyone because he's likely to be one of the ones that's playing. So I see 0 point in it.
Exactly.
Just to interrupt, double check the press conference. There's no mention Pepe. So I take it that it's a small thing that's happened over training over the weekend.
Okay. G, talk to Maguire.
Like with the Maguire thing, it's like for me, I don't really get it personally. I think, as an Arsenal fan, obviously, as a fan of any club, whether it's Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Newcastle, whoever you support, you have your certain level of bias because obviously they're putting on an Arsenal top. But for me, I don't really understand how some fans, whether it be Arsenal fans, whether it be rival fans, can't dissociate the difference between your club team and your national team, because I do it quite easily. Like when I watch an England game, I could enjoy an England game, and I don't really look at as much as I know Harry Kane plays for Spurs, etc. I'm not gonna go out my way to like tweet about it that he's beating the record and whatever. But for me, it's like I find it very easy to put on my Arsenal hat, take my Arsenal hat off, and put on my England hat. I find it very, very simple. And just kind of going back to, so I have no problem in celebrating, no problem in enjoying any player that plays for any rival team once they put on an England shirt. To be honest, I don't even see it. I don't even see the rival clubs when they're wearing England tops. Going back to what Sam said, like echo everything he said, I just don't feel like, I think there are times when fans, have a legitimate reason to boo somebody. And I think sometimes, particularly if it's about an off the field situation, because obviously not just football, but we all have opinions on certain ethics, certain morals, how people live their lives. Mm-hmm. But like the fact that he's been picked for the England side, don't get me wrong, I was a bit surprised that he's getting game time because I don't think he's playing. He's having a very good season. At the same time, when he puts on an England top, he plays pretty good. And I don't know why you would want him to play badly. You know what I mean? Yes, he's played badly for United, but he's been picked. And if he's got that England top on, I want him to have a good game because I want England to win. So I don't really get it. I don't think, I'm not the type of person that would boo a player. I'm not the type of person that would encourage that type of behavior. And I just think people need to kind of take a step back and just think to themselves like there are more important things in life than booing Harry Maguire and England top on.
Absolutely.
So, not for me.
Thank you very much. Go on, Sam. Go.
Also, as well, like you only have to look back at how many players we've potentially hindered the career of because we booed them and give them too much stick. Like you only have to look at that, and then you don't want that for anyone in that England squad, whatever team they play for, because at the end of the day, we all enjoy the competitions that they're in. So there is 0 point in that.
Exactly. We could bring it back to Arsenal here and think about Emmanuel Boué and what he had to endure when he had that torrid time when he came on a substitute and then he got taken off for just basically the abuse that he was getting on the terraces.
That
was a horrible time for him. So
so many.
You were at the game?
Yeah, I was at the game. It was against Wigan, wasn't it? I remember he came on and then Sylvester came on, didn't he, for him?
That's right. Absolutely right. I saw that the other day. So it wasn't nice. But bless him with Boué. He took it on the chin and become a bit of a favourite, didn't he? We only come to see a Boué.
Quality player, man.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? For a brief time.
Whatever he lacked in quality, he made up in heart. Do you know what I mean? He played with his heart on his sleeve, and I think that's why a lot of Arsenal fans, really kind of took to him, particularly like in the latter stage of his career, because, like I said, he didn't whatever he did wrong, because he was a bit of a clumsy defender at times, but I think where he played with such heart and put in such work ethic, I think Arsenal fans warmed to him. Do you know what I mean? Because he wasn't the greatest of defenders. He wasn't.
No.
Yeah, I just I would rather just stay silent. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just stay silent than actually out loud boo or insult a player. It's just not my thing. Not my thing.
Gee, you're a man of the people, my friend, a man of reason.
Yeah, it's not always. We'll find out. We'll find out during the stream.
We'll see how it goes when we go live, shall we? And have a kickoff. We're about 8 minutes away from kickoff, ladies and gents.
I've never done one of these, so you don't know what's going to happen.
Just remember your YouTube guidelines, ladies and gentlemen. See everyone here. Especially if not just you guys here.
Just me.
Oh, I've been waiting to do that for so long. No, I'm joking.
I think it was great what we were talking about before. Like because obviously when you're watching the game in the comfort of your home, when there's nobody else watching you apart from you and the TV, you can say as you want. Yeah. But when you're on here, like I had to sit down and think, right, what am I going to say instead of saying this word, and what am I going to call that when that happens with another word? Like it was just, it's a learning curve, a big one.
Hey, there it is again. Look. Hashtag learning curve. No, I'll get in trouble for that. I know, mate.
Just an interesting thought. If we were to do a Legends game and Boué was to come back, do you reckon he'll get a warm reception?
Absolutely.
No doubt in my head.
He came back for an Emirates Cup or something of the like, and I was there, and the reception he got was fantastic. So that will be no different.
Yeah, I reckon. He's a real fan favourite. He is.
Yeah,
he really is.
It's nice to hear, isn't it? Especially after all that. Another name in the chat has just joined us. So, good evening to Stu. Hello, all you lovely people. Good evening to you, sir. About 5 minutes away from the excitement happening.
Oh,
Before I turn into Martin Tyler.
Also, I wanted to add, we've got a young guy at Lincoln.
The Coffee.
Norton Coffee.
Yeah.
He didn't start at the very start of the season, but then he came on once, and I've never seen someone run so fast from 0 to 100. And
he's getting rave reviews, man.
He, as much as like the journalists are even saying he could be pushing for like a top, in the first team squad as soon as he comes back.
Is this the right fullback? Am I right in saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's for the right back situation.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
it's going to be
unbelievable.
It's going to be interesting because obviously you've got Tomiyasu. He's coming to the side, and he became very quickly a fan favorite, and that's just kind of in terms of his performances. And again, it's not so much I'm not saying he's a bad player because I think he's a quality player, but it's the way he plays football. It's the effort, the work, and the heart that you can see him physically putting in. Even when he's having a bad game, you can see him really, really trying. So the fans have taken to him. Cedric, who I think a lot of the fan base had kind of written off as an exit for the summer, are starting to sit back, even including myself, and thinking, hold on, he's turning out to not be a bad signing. He's come in. I think a lot of us were nervous about him coming in for Tomiyasu. But to be honest, we've, touch wood, so far so good. He's been playing well. So all of a sudden, that right back situation is going to get really interesting because we've obviously been linked with so many right backs. So many right backs from last summer all the way through to now. We've been linked with the guy from Middlesbrough at Nottingham Forest, Jed Spence.
The chap who was absolutely fantastic against us in the cup, wasn't he?
Really good against us, really good against Leicester in those 2 games. But I've heard mixed reviews from even Middlesbrough and Forest fans with regard to him. But then, this guy, Haaland boy, Coffee, he looks a player. So I think if we can have him, if he's ready next season, great. If he's not ready, we know at least in a season or 2, by all accounts from what I've seen and what I'm hearing, we're going to have an absolute gem on our hands. So it's all good for our football club. It's all good because there's nothing better than having young talent that have come through the academy and represent and play for Arsenal. There's nothing better. It's like sometimes when I talk to people, it's like as much as I want Arsenal to go out there and buy the likes of Haaland and so forth, it gives me nothing more than just immense pride to know that you've got the likes of ESR, Smith Rowe, Saka in your team, but not just in your team, actually key players. Do you know what I mean? Scoring goals, assisting. There's a big difference. You can have young players in your squad, in your 25-man squad, that never see a minute of football. But these guys are not just in the squad; they're in the first 11, and they're absolutely smashing the Premier League to bits. That's
exciting, isn't it?
It's a lot to be proud of as a Gooner. It is. And
we're also kind of forgetting as well that if needed, when Saliba comes back, which it looks like he is, Ben White can then cover it right back as well.
Yeah.
So you've
Saliba can cover right back as well.
You've got 4 players there minimum.
Yeah.
So do you look at it and you go, well, that money would be better spent on strikers then, or
100%.
So we'll keep the Holyoke spoilers away from this stream just in case anyone hasn't watched it. But cheers for being here, Stu. Bobby really rates him. I guess that would be the younger player we were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah. Bobby massively rates him. He knows quite a bit about him because his sons are like in pro football and stuff. So he likes him a lot.
We have Barry Fitzpatrick in the house here. Hi all, bring it on. We're going to bring it on. It's going to be 2 minutes away from kickoff.
I'm just going to mute myself for a sec, Lee, yeah?
Thank you all for that. No, I'm joking.
Just because I want to sort out my stream.
Okay, mate. No worries. We'll see you in a minute. And just finally in the comments there, Keith saying spot on G. Yes, absolutely. So, whilst I've got the 2 of you here, how confident are you for a result today? What are we thinking? Let's go to Matt first this time.
I'm always skeptical when I'm predicting because the first time I ever did match predictions, I was with a lot of people may know Danny from a Bergkamp Wonderland. I predicted Arsenal to beat Aston Villa 1-0, and we went and lost the game 1-0. So I tried to stay away from predictions.
You got the score right. It's just all the way around. Fine.
Keep quiet. Don't say that.
So I try to stay away. But those that may know me from other channels, I try and go in the opposite direction or predicted draws. But it was just saying that out of the last 5 games, there's been 1 win, and that was Palace, I believe, at ours last season or the season before. So I would probably go for a draw.
Okay, Sam.
I don't like to predict games because if then anything bad happens, I then blame myself. It was completely my fault that it ever went wrong. So I just stay clear. I think we just got to look at the form we've been on and just carry that. And if we carry that on, then we'll be absolutely fine.
Well, you're absolutely right on our form, mate. So we are 5 wins from 6, I believe.
I also saw today that we haven't conceded from a corner, this whole season, which is mental. From years before.
Now Benteke's going to go and put one back.
I know he is. I know. Now.
He always does it.
Just so you
It's always
guys know,
been
and if we're syncing up, by the way, the guys are taking the knee, and Gallagher's about to get us started for Crystal Palace, and we are underway.
Oh,
I'm stretching at the moment.
I've got them stretching at the moment.
Okay, all right. I'm
Gio's on the
a little bit
same.
ahead of you. I'm on the live Sky feed.
So-
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah,
as best as I
so
can, anyway.
on the same stream as me, so we'll
now they're
we'll
taking
be on
the
the same.
Okay. It's just so we've got a prediction in the comments there. We've got Keith saying it's going to be 2-0 to Arsenal. Ball's just in the hands of Ramsdale at the moment. A little bit of a scramble. There's offside flag up as well. We're underway.
I'm gonna try and change then. See if I can get on a bit further.
Okie dokie.
How long are you in? Because I can try.
I am 50 seconds now, exactly.
50 seconds, right? So I'm about 40 seconds out. I'm going to try it again. So
No
I
worries.
do mine through Now TV, which is owned by Sky.
Yeah, Now TV and Sky Go are always a little bit behind like the actual live feed. Unfortunately,
So I'm only on.
That was my concern doing this, I must say. But
same.
Yeah, the ball's in the defensive half. Crystal Palace with Mitchell was having a throw. It's just fallen to Gabriel. Just watch your pass back, mate. It's safely taken away. White is going to take it. But hopefully he'll hold on to it. Pass back to Ramsdale. And it's just about halfway line.
When I try and sort this out.
Okay, mate. No worries. Absolutely fine. And then there were two. I knew this would go without a hitch.
This is the problem with having a Now TV is just that everything is full back. So I think I must be still 30 seconds. I'm on a minute and 35 seconds. So.
This cross has just come in from Will Zaha. It's bounced around a little bit. Odegaard is walking it away.
Yeah, Palace has Palace come forward now. Now Zaha's got the ball.
Yeah.
So good couple of seconds behind you, but
yeah, no worries. We've got Lacazette just playing the through pass there, and it's just gone beyond the line to Smith Rowe, and that's a goal kick. Come on, you Gunners, says Keith.
So this is going to be the funny thing now is we're going to all be celebrating at different times. You're going to end up celebrating, and then I'll end up celebrating. Then knowing our luck.
It's like VAR gone bizarre, isn't it?
So what?
Sam, you're back with us, mate. And G is back.
What sort
Welcome
of
back,
minute / are you on?
So I'm on 2 minutes 45 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear, I think you nearly said.
Yeah.
We are gonna be all celebrating at different times. And
that's absolutely fine. There's not a problem.
Not a problem. Was a foul. Is it? Are you pulling at Gabriel? Yeah.
I must have missed that as I was seeing the guys coming back in.
Yeah. I'm only on about 2 minutes 5.
Passing that across.
You're a minute behind me, G.
And it's gone out from Mr. X.
So
34 is it now?
Note for next time.
34, isn't it? Not Mr. X.
Note for next time, probably worth everybody on the same thing. So then, even if we are actually behind, then that means we're all watching the same.
Well, so this is very new to the channel anyway. So let's don't worry about the technicalities of it. We'll just try and sort of wave through that. Because there's a ball on the left-hand side. It gets cleared by the Palace defender. And we are just about on the halfway line. There's a little bit of tugging going along. It's AU against who that was on centre back, but ball's out of play, and it's a throw on to Arsenal, I think.
Quite interesting. Lacazette was coming in deep, and Odegaard was acting as the striker for a little bit before Lacazette was finally up the other end of the pitch. So maybe he's trying to drill that in a little bit more to try and get someone into the middle when we do cross it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that would make a lot of sense. He was dropping quite deep, when he was playing with Aubameyang, wasn't he? So that would certainly make sense with that. As you say here, Lacazette deeper again.
What time have you got on yours, Lee?
4 minutes 35.
Yeah, I've just gone on Sky Go and I'm 3:10, so I'm still a good minute behind.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, when I did a stream the other day, I did the Leicester game with a friend of mine. He didn't even have the game in front of me. He had a promising attack. He had defensive position. So it's fine. We just won't tell anybody. It'll be fine. We're absolutely professional here on Cannon Chatter TV. So
at least I think us three will be kind of synced up to the same quarter minute. So that's one bonus.
You're not missing anything at the moment, guys, because there's a Palace defensive free kick that sort of wandered past everyone. I think it beat Zaha and it's just gone out for a goal kick.
To be fair, there was a good battle. I'm on nearly 4 minutes. Nuno Tavares battled well with Ayew.
It's good to see Nuno back out there and starting. Last time I think I saw him start was the Nottingham Forest game, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly the Liverpool game in the cup, but
because they had that different kit, didn't they?
Yeah,
they had that different kit that game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just getting through my sources through another WhatsApp group. It just does not sound good for KT.
Yeah,
so,
that's as well. I'm hearing he might be out for the season.
Oh, God.
That is a major worry. I will say that. But,
big time.
The only thing is, if he's out and Scotland do qualify, at least if he is out for the rest of the season, he won't be able to go to the competition, which will mean he'll be back fresh for next season. That's the only thing you can think in terms of, I guess. That's a player I wish that he would get injuries less, because that's the one that I would have as captain. But
yeah, it's definitely in the mix, isn't he? For sure. If like
but unfortunately, I don't think you can give it to him because of how much he's in and out of the team because of injuries. So
that's a good question in itself.
Yeah,
Sam. Who should be captain? For me personally, I'd rather it be someone who's on the centre of park. I wouldn't want Ramsdale to have it because I don't want him marching 50 yards up the other end of the pitch to break up a fight.
Just Palace attack here, guys. Just, but it's clear. Carry on. It was Edward crossing it in, and it's away. I think that was Saka getting away. Continue.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, do you remember that cup final where we ended up having a massive brawl with Chelsea? I just wouldn't want Ramsdale to go in like as captain and be like, I've got to break this up. I'd rather be him, be in his area. That looks suspicious. Some handball there from Saka. But
possibly. I think he got away with it.
Just think if we had to choose a captain, I think there's about 3 or 4 candidates. For me, I would probably say Gabriel may be top of the list, but it depends on how good his English would be. I don't think Ben White's good enough to be captain. I don't think Partey's really a solid captain candidate. I think Odegaard's a bit too young for the candidacy, to be honest. So I think maybe it might be addressed in the summer, actually.
Absolutely.
I don't think Smith Rowe would be a bad idea either, if I'm honest. I know, again, he's young, but he plays as a person like 5-10 years above what he is. So I don't think that would be a bad shout. But yeah, we certainly don't want it to be giving it to a striker again, because that never works.
So as we were talking, Tavares looked like he was lining up a shot from about 20, but he didn't manage to get it away. And it falls around the Palace defence at the moment. It's around the left-hand side. And look, there's Zaha on the floor again. That never happens.
Oh, no, never.
Very surprised that Palace are actually putting the ball on the floor. They usually 3 or 4 yard long balls.
Well, it would have been last season, wouldn't it, against with Mr. Roy Hodgson? But they are playing slightly different now under Vieira, and so they are playing slightly more attacking, I think.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of years as well with Vieira. Because obviously he went over to the US, then he went to France.
To get his good looking ball that was from Lacazette. but it's come to nothing. I was Lacazette trying to find Saka. Saka is on the right-hand side, of course, but it is cleared away.
Oh, we got a bit further on. I'm on 8:44, 45.
10 minutes exactly.
9:35.
Oh my lord!
Never
I'm
mind.
a long way behind then.
It's all good, guys. It's all good. Nothing to worry about.
You know what? It'll be interesting to see what happens if Flores does come on, because a lot of the times he comes on as either a winger or as the cam.
Yeah. Welcome back, G.
Yeah, I thought I'd move and just watch it on the telly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
You
the
should be
same.
just about with me, yeah? About 10 minutes,
Because-
35.
Yeah, mine is still a little bit behind, but I'm on 10 minutes, so it's not as
That's
bad.
all right.
I'm gonna do the same because I don't have to worry about everybody else in the room because I've got a wonderful thing called headphones.
Marvellous.
I've got I'm a few seconds behind you now, but it keeps on
That's all right.
freezing. So
It's not a problem.
But yeah, I think that's always been the concern with KT, is that, do you know what I mean? I think like he's obviously captain material. Do you know what I mean? He's a prime example of somebody that you want to be captain. You know, he's a proven winner. You know, he's got experience. As young as he is, he's got good experience domestically, internationally. The problem is the injuries. To be fair, this season he has featured a lot more than what people probably think. He hasn't missed that many games at all. But if the news is confirmed that he's out for the rest of the season, that's even though there's only 8 games left after this, that's still a massive concern because, as you know, we've got some big games coming up.
Absolutely. I did want to mention is the prearranged. I was just going to say the rearranged game against Spurs coming up on the 12th of May now. So keep your eyes on the channel. We will be releasing details of further chat-alongs as we go along, not just for the men's team, for the ladies' team as well. Very, very busy time ahead for all aspects of the club. A schlupp in the midfield for Crystal Palace now. And they're trying to make it wide to Zaha, who's coming in field. But it's not really going too far at the moment, just around the halfway line. Mitchell's playing the searching pass, but it's going straight through to Ramsdale. And it's a nice, simple throw out again. Welcome back, sir.
We're on time now.
Good man. So ball is just...
You can see from early though, is Zaha is the danger man, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Even if he's not doing very much, like he's gonna be their kind of go-to guy, isn't he? As always.
Yeah.
He doesn't look to be moving all that freely though, to be fair, from what I've seen so far. Like he does look like he's struggling a little bit, which is
because he pulled out. He pulled out of the friendly, England friendly, isn't it? So
exactly, he missed the game against the Ivory Coast, didn't he? So we kind of forget he's Ivory Coast, don't we? But I think problem with the lino here is the lino's technology failed.
What's that?
Fantastic! It's time to fill a bit now, gentlemen.
Problem with his mic and speaker and whatever they have.
No, he might have a wardrobe malfunction in there as well. You'll have to see it.
It looks like
we are underway again. Goodness knows what he's been using them for.
It's amazing. That 13, 40 minutes has gone quick though.
It has. No real major chances as yet, but a dodgy clearance there. There's Saka, it's rather up in the air. It's not aimed toward anyone in particular. Cedric's trying to make something of it, but it is out, and Palace will take that defensive throw on. No, clearly I'm wrong. Saka
really
with a throw on.
It.
Indeed. So, Cedric, who's he looking for here? He's going into the penalty area. Whizzed across. It's well handled by the goalkeeper.
Is that Partey?
Indeed, it was. That's who the camera was on, I think.
Yeah,
Took it first time, didn't he? But yes, that's near enough. 15 minutes gone. No major alarms for either side just yet.
You said that just as we gave away the ball.
Yeah, well, they call me the Murray Walker of football commentary, you know.
Just looking at that, I'm thinking that he was trying to put it into the area. He wasn't looking for the shot. Just no one was able to get on the end of it.
Or was that the sack across from the right?
The party, I think it
Partey,
was.
yeah.
Oh, Partey.
Well, it's quite clear that Ben White's been on holiday, I think. Either that or he's been at the sunbeds. It's a different shade of colour.
There you go. We have got a free kick to defend here. It's Gallagher. I think it was the foul given away by White, I believe. Gallagher is going to play this in right-footed. And up it goes.
That's
It's a
dangerous.
decent ball in.
Oh!
And it's a goal.
Oh, my God.
It's a goal. I will just see on the offside, but number 14 looks like it's a 1-0 to Palace.
That was bad. We just stood watching the ball coming towards us. Nobody even attempted to go for the ball. Just stood watching.
No, I think I've just seen it now when Gabriel's tried to head it away and it's just deflected off whoever was at the far post. I don't know.
Is there an possible offside on the free kick?
Yeah,
being
possible.
taken?
It looked a little bit like an arm, one of them ones where they draw the lines, an arm off or a finger.
What I've learned to do in these days of VAR is just not to get too excited until we see the kick-off.
He's onside. Yeah, it's come off to Tavares, and because no one's read the ball, they haven't played it.
So it's come off. So basically, what's happened? It's come off a Crystal Palace player's back and ricocheted into whoever headed the goal in, and absolutely know nothing about it.
Yeah, so it was Gabriel that's tried to move it. Janssen, I think it was. It just bounces off him, and I think it's AU that's got the goal. So I think that's going to stand.
Mieta. It's a striker.
Poor defending, man.
It was just stood watching.
Poor defending between Gabriel and Tavares. They never dealt with it.
Yeah.
It's
I think Stu's in the comments, and I'll just center it a little bit. And he said, "Oh, Bob,
Vieira kept the celebration civil, didn't he?"
Absolutely. Well, we've come back from worse than this before. We did start rather bright, but it is 1-0 to Palace. We've got 17 minutes on the clock.
They've had an awful lot of the ball. We've been kind of watching them play football rather than press them at all.
There's been White on the floor as well now.
Yeah, it was a poor goal to concede, man.
I think
it looked like it kind of like Gabriel obviously didn't deal with the first danger, and then it kind of looked like Tavares was caught in two minds. It's like he thought Gabriel's going to get it, and at the same time it looks like he's been looked like he was somewhat pushed as well, possibly.
Yeah, I agree. But what do we know, eh?
Where it's clear, where Gabriel's tried to clear it, and it's just come off the Palace player's head. And
Palace player didn't even know nothing about it.
Well, the good news is that we've got plenty of time to recover from that. I think it was the Wolves game where the ball was in the net within 30 seconds, although it didn't count. So let's see what happens here. We've got plenty of time to recover this. Let's see, where's the ball going to go here? It's a flick on by Zaha. Just cleared out.
Seems to be like that inch too slow. We seem to get the ball and mess around with it rather than passing it and moving it on. And they're just taking advantage of that and tackling us every single time.
Why did defences line up this way? Gamer DJ. Welcome into the chat, mate.
Yeah, we're definitely not at the races yet.
No.
We seem to be that, I can't remember who said it, but we seem to be that split second slower than Palace players at the moment.
Yes, AU tries to play the ball in, but it is cleared away.
But
and
I suppose
it's going straight down to the goalkeeper, I think, who's receives the pass back here.
a lot of our players have come back from playing internationals in the week. Not many of that Palace side will have done. Compared to us, because you could pretty much say I think it was all of our team, bar Lacazette.
Yeah.
Well,
Fighting to get another position here.
Decided not to go back out. Saka ended up not going. So you got a few players that weren't there 100%.
Yeah. Ben White was nowhere to be seen.
Again, that looked like
I want to just put it on one, to be honest. But welcome in Dr. Jim. So ball is currently in the defensive half for Crystal Palace. And there's Wilfried Zaha against Saka. Plays a nice simple ball back. And there's that long searching ball again. It's going to go straight through to Ramsdale.
I think I know. I think that Dre Jim is a Spurs fan. I bet you.
Okay. That's
Is that-
okay. We're all welcome here.
Is it you, Andre? Let yourself be known. Is it you, Andre? I have a feeling it's my cousin Andre.
Fair enough. You're saying not looking good, lol.
Yeah.
There's
Come
a
on.
pass back that looked a little bit risky for me.
Come on.
What?
If it's you, Andre, say so.
So that the thing is that the Spurs fans said they're not interested in them at all, but they always tend to watch like Arsenal related videos.
Spurs fans
So
are
interesting.
pathetic, man.
But even so, if they're here to watch our video, they mustn't forget to like,
I know
and share and
that.
subscribe.
But they are pathetic. They're just pathetic because it's so funny. It's like with Spurs fans, every time Arsenal playing or every time they get a result, they have to put something up on their status about Arsenal. We live absolutely rent-free in their heads, mate.
You know what? It was quite funny as well. On the chat along, Holly came in and just said something. So in some ways, I think it's just a little bit Ted bite, but knowing Holly, she's very tongue in cheek anyway. So
Holly's a sweetheart, from what I've been told. So
yeah, I used to work with Holly.
It isn't.
Yeah, a long time ago, but
It's you. I knew it was you, bro. From when I saw Dre, I knew it was my cousin Andre. I knew it was.
fair enough.
Probably sitting at home. He's sitting at home with his Arsenal top on, watching the team that he actually supports. He talks more about Arsenal than he does Spurs. Trust me.
Yeah, it's because there's not really much to talk about anymore.
To be fair, apart from that, that what was it? The cup final appearance they made that they printed cups and key rings about.
Oh, the DVDs they've made when they beat us in the past are nearly done. Right.
We need to get this one away. They've thrown it.
Wow, 2-0.
What?
That was just a simple ball in. It's AU scored.
Oh,
23 minutes gone. They
I'm
just,
not even on that bit yet.
it's 2-0. There's no doubt on your side either.
What are we thinking tonight?
I don't know. What are we thinking tonight?
Gabriel, what you doing there? Why are you sliding in?
Days.
That's
It's
really
just
not
come
good,
up
guys.
now.
Both the goals we've
Yeah,
got.
we're getting absolutely pumped.
I agree with this. Shocking defending. Look at this. It's a pass. It's literally on the halfway line. It's just a simple ball. The defender has missed it.
Right. So
And-
why are all of our defenders so high up? Every single one of them is so far past the edge of our box. We're asking for trouble.
Well, no. To be fair, looks like we're trying to play the offside. Oh, it's Tavares. Tavares is letting through.
I don't.
Oh
think you can-
dear.
That's a
I
real
don't think you
shame.
can pin that
because
on
if
one
Tavares
player.
had stepped up, he's offside. Instead, he's too busy focusing on his making sure he doesn't get the mat and make sure he's following the man. But he's not even doing that properly.
Both goals are the at the moment, by the looks of it, the fault of the miscommunication or whatever's going on between Tavares and Gabriel. And this is what happens when you unsettle a defense that has been so consistent.
I agree. take KT out of the whole thing. You've got someone who's really good communicating at the back.
Yeah.
And
if we don't get a grip on this soon, this could get ugly.
No,
I agree.
Off again.
It's the manager of the month curse, isn't it?
Yeah, because they've
With
got really good attacking players.
Yeah. And this isn't
Especially-
Canon Eze and
especially they're a counter-attacking team. So this scoreline absolutely plays into their hands.
absolutely does. Absolutely does. We are halfway through the first half. 2-0 to Palace. And they've looked good and they've looked comfortable.
Oh, they're well deserved to be 2-0 up. We've been shocking. We've just been watching them play.
The minute we look like we're getting something going on, we give away a free kick there on foul on Mitchell. I'm just gonna turn myself off for a minute. G, you have the brief just for a second, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure. What time have you lot got on your streams? I've got 25:38.
I'm back on Sky now, so I'm up to time. We're on 26, 8, 9,
We're just
10.
letting them get the ball.
25, 54, 55. So I'm only a couple of minutes ahead of you, G.
Cool.
Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not a good performance so far at all.
You all know what this kind of reminds me of here? Mikel's are just opening couple of the games where nothing was really happening. No shots were happening. It just... This is what worries me is with this team is you're so... It's almost like a flip of a coin. You don't know whether it's going to be the good Arsenal that turn up or it's going to be the Arsenal that turned up and scores 5 goals in 2 minutes.
And the problem is when you look at a performance like this, there's no one really other than Martinelli, who you would say, okay, who can come on and actually, change the game.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's considering taking Tavares off.
He might do,
I can't remember if Swanson's the right back or he plays on the left. But
go on then.
Here we go. Here's a half a chance, and it's a fresh air kick. It's gone out to Cedric though. He played a nice ball in this. Saka crosses in, and it is over the bar.
Who missed?
It's Lacazette. So Zaha wins against midpoint.
Pass it. There's Party. Party's miskicked it. There's Cedric. Over to Saka. Saka cross. To be fair, it's a glancing header. He's got it right on the back of his head.
You can't do much more than that. You're never going to get, when it's coming in that quick.
Hey, Amy. So it's my friend Posh Percy here, by the way, who's got his butler to get into the chat and say, "Hello, we're useless." So good evening to you, Posh Percy. And plenty of time. We need to not to concede anymore. Absolutely right. We are only 28 minutes gone. Plenty of time for this to turn around.
We're basically giving them a 2-0 lead, though.
Yep.
No, basically about it, mate. No, it's yeah. Well, let's let the optimist in me come out here. We were in a worse position when I did a live stream on my own channel against West Ham, and we went 3-0 down that day, and we went back to 3-3. So that was good fun. That was good fun. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you do wonder if there's Martinelli, who's not playing today. I wonder if he'd make him come on soon.
I think it's the back that needs sorting out, not the front. The front's doing their press and everything. It's just 2 defensive errors, and that's it. That's cost us 2 goals.
I think we just need to keep hold of the ball and steady it down a little bit, and just keep hold of the ball and build up momentum a little bit. What's Tavares doing up there, though?
Kick the ball against his hand and then get on ball.
Let's just bring up this. So, just to wind us up a little bit more. Remember, Arsenal haven't been in the Champions League since 2017. Thanks for that.
What year did you win a trophy? Forget about Champions League.
The
What
LD
year
Cup.
have you ever won a trophy?
It was a prestigious one. They released a DVD out and everything.
Talking about Champions League, that's in you got cabinet to put your Champions League appearance in. Listen, you ain't won no trophies. So back if you wanna fast forward 20 years, no one's gonna be like, oh, do you remember the glory years when we were in the Champions League? Bro.
Indeed.
Can anyone answer your question as to what year they last won the league? Though that's the thing.
Mate, I don't even know if Andre was born when they lost a trophy.
I wasn't.
Seriously, Sam, you weren't born in 2000, or I can't remember. What was it, 2008?
No, I meant when they won the league. Flat.
No, when they won the league. I was going to say, if you weren't born in 2008, you don't look.
Looking very well for it.
I don't age at all. It just the years go by and nothing changes.
Here we go. We're looking a little bit more promising now. Cedric on the right-hand side, playing across the end. Still might fall.
Don't make it more obvious, man.
You know, this report is every
Party giving her a little bit of a hug.
this time of the year. What the load?
He's just like literally just pole at somebody off like something off like WrestleMania of last night.
Exactly. Lovely reference. Thank you for that.
What trophy did they win in 2008?
It was the League Cup against Chelsea. The most injury player to ever play the game ended up scoring from a header, if I remember rightly. Jonathan Woodgate.
Oh, Woodgate, right? Okay.
Well, that is kind of them winning that the cup is basically like their Premier League, though, isn't it? So any cup they take is just this massive cup parade.
I don't even think they had a parade when they won that Audi Cup.
No, they probably should have shut the whole town centre down, shouldn't they? But so we need to get Martinelli on, says Posh Bertie. Who would you bring him on for, mate?
I don't think we haven't looked that bad going forward. It's what's after going forward.
Exactly. So I'll bring up our options in just a minute. Palace are on the attack again. There's the goal scorer.
Was Eddie on the bench?
Yeah, Eddie's on the bench.
Yeah.
You might as well bring up the subs bench if you want.
I will do, as long as I can find it. There it is. I know what I'm doing. So you've got a lot of youngsters. You've got Holding, El Nini, Martinelli, and Nketiah, who sort of play first team football.
I think he's expecting this starting 11 to go out and win the game. I don't think he wants the subs to make much of an impact apart from Martinelli, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Let's just pop this up. Yeah, we've got definitely made Martinelli as a good shout, but so we need to figure out. Oh, hello, what have I done to my stream? My chat's just gone really small. That's not good. How did that happen? Oh, okay, I've never seen it do that before. Okay, never mind. It's fine.
The thing is, this obviously we've been doing really well recently. When you look at our recent run of form, but as soon as something like obviously as soon as one or two games don't go your way, and particularly if you start picking up injuries, you know it's gonna open up the debate, the lack of signings in January again.
Well, I can ball, isn't it?
And now I can't see the chat at all. Fantastic. Oh, am I doing well?
The big one will always be, if we don't get Champions League, is why we didn't go out and get a striker. Yeah. But
can you see the
so just many strikers? I'll figure it out, mate. I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
So many strikers out there in the summer that it's going to be ridiculous. There's always one transfer market in the summer that's going to be filled with a load of positions, and it's usually takes in turns. Can't remember what it was last summer.
So just fill everyone in on the play here. That's another foul given against Arsenal when it's on by Saka, I think.
No, I think that's a bit harsh.
Right.
It looked like he was already going to the ground.
It's
It looked
almost like
a slip.
it's almost like the people in the chat know that you can't see your chat because there's been no comments in. So
Exactly.
Eddie ain't no Mora. Mora's
No.
crap.
Here we go. It's another free kick to Crystal Palace there, guys. That's in a good crossing position on the right-hand side. Let's have a look. That's Gabriel. No, was he giving it against? Is he giving it for the Xhaka thing there? Xhaka and
really
Tavares.
No, that was
They just-
Tavares again.
Messi
I think
defending.
Tavares needs to go off.
He's just challenging. He's just challenging for a ball. I don't know you can give him free kicks for that.
It must have been the first challenge when Jacques, Mr. 34 was going in and holding shirts as well. So plenty of
The court's out. Free kick, the slow ball in.
We're just stood watching.
It's
We're still
scrambled
like
away.
sleeping.
These men look tired, man.
No excuse from being tired, mate. Not really.
They just look tired.
It's a possible offside there, maybe.
They just
the
not
free
at the
kick was taken.
races.
But you're right, G.
now he
but
gets the offside.
They're not at the races at all. Palace are the better side, cleared easily.
Oh, fully deserved. I can't take it away from them. They fully deserve to be where they are. We don't deserve anything more than we've got.
I'll tell you what, that was good clearance by Tavares, though, to make sure he didn't go in.
No, to lose now. Needs to get Martinelli up. We need to start like they started in the first half.
I must say they started very, very bright, didn't they? Palace, good give them that. And
I can hear your dad, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's not good.
it's all right. It's all fine.
It's all
They're coming at us
PG.
again. Or on the right-hand side there, that would be Nathaniel Klein linking up with the right midfielder. I think they've got a beating of us again. There's Gallagher. Gallagher against Smith Rowe. Ayers made a run there. It's gone back to the halfway line.
Thing is, they look like the team at the minute that's in the position that we're in.
Yeah,
Like
they
role
do.
was reversed.
They do. They look like the team pushing for top 4.
Yeah, literally.
Like, what is this, man?
What is he doing?
What is this, man? Getting dominated by Palace.
And there's Zaha in the penalty area, plays the ball in. There's a shot, and it's a save. It's just parried away, Ramsdale.
Right from party giving that ball away. Absolute dog shit. Gotta get him a ball.
He's right. What did he say?
Your face, Sam.
Oh, yeah.
I would give them a B. You can add the rest at half time.
Right,
I'm
telling off.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
one.
just wondering if they've cut that grass extra short because it does look a little bit dodgy. And that's probably why we're not playing on as well as we usually do. But I'm not going to blame the pitch just on a performance.
No, that's no excuse for the pitch there. So it's Gabriel halfway line.
They've
Playing
had us
on
in
the
the first
left-hand
half, that's for sure.
I don't think there's any threat there because it's an offside play.
Who would you bring on in the half time if you were to make any changes?
I think the only person you could bring on right now is Martinelli. I think he's the only one that could potentially change anything. But boy, I think quite a few of them could easily come off.
I'm going radical. I'm going Lacazette off, Martinelli up front.
Okay. The other thought, maybe Holding, maybe coming on and moving Ben into right back and putting Cedric at left back. So obviously Tavares coming off.
That's a good point because you don't want to risk prospects.
He doesn't look ready for me.
Who's that?
Tavares left back.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not ready at all.
Let's see what we'll just get this play out for us. And Cedric on the right hand side.
Yeah, no, he's not ready, man.
Nice little ball there, but it's cut out. He's Odegaard looking for Lacazette. Pressure's still on. Cedric 1-2. Odegaard left-footed shot is blocked. And here's Wilf Zaha on the breakaway.
Well, don't say that, Lee, because I know you're ahead of me.
I'm sorry, mate.
I'll tell you what, you can blame me because this is the second time I've done a chat along with you when Arsenal haven't scored.
A link-up play on
Pure
the
coincidence.
box is all right, though, still. You know, Zaha just lives to playing against Arsenal, though, isn't it? It's just like it's his defining moment of his career every time he plays against Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's it, Matt. You're banned from coming on all live streams. It's your fault.
I'm not going to be your agent anymore. I'm going to have to pass it on to Lottie or George to sort out.
Yeah, we always knew this game was going to be tough, though.
I can't say I expected this one though.
You know what? I kind of go into a lot of Arsenal games kind of expecting the worst, but obviously with the recent form, you know your optimism, you know, you get a bit more optimistic. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to not get optimistic because obviously when you look at the recent form and stuff, like we've only recently lost to Liverpool and City. I think we're unbeaten in 9-10 games outside of those two. But I don't know who said it earlier. I think it was you, Sam, or Matt. I'm not sure who said it, but for a long time before this run, there was always that thought in my mind that, you know, okay, it's all good, but what Arsenal are we going to see? And this is very reminiscent of an Arsenal that we did see often earlier on in the season.
Wow, why? There's no need for him to do that though. There's 5 players around him, and Partey just decides to poleaxe him through the back.
It's a clumsy foul, wasn't it? Very clumsy.
There's 4 or 5 players around that player, so you don't need to make that.
You could have taken an extra touch there, and then he's given away the foul as well. I think it's going to be one of those games, isn't it, where we're just going to see a real Jekyll and Hyde performance from everyone.
Well, if we can get it in at 2-0. Look at get Arteta to get the guys in at half time, and then we'll see what we'll go from there. It's going to need a very quick start.
When you can put yourself 2 points behind Chelsea, this is not the performance that you need at all.
Yeah.
The thing is, this has been happening all season. All the teams, whenever they've needed to put in a big performance, they've bottled it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not just us.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if we go into games like this, playing into games like this against the opposition we've got in the next couple of weeks, we'll be dropping points no end.
Yeah, we will.
I can see your comments in there, Dr. Jim, but we're just going to brush over that because he's trying to wind us up.
He's just trolling because he's saying because you know what it is. You know what it is, Andre. Let me address him. You know what it is, Andre. You're giving it all this in the chat, but the truth of the matter is, we're level on points with 2 games in hand still. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? You're talking about facts. You're talking about facts. The fact is, you're a small club. That's a fact. The fact is, you won your last trophy in 2008 that nobody even cares about. That's a fact. And the fact is, on a Monday night, you're watching an Arsenal game, but you're a Spurs fan. So, you know, crack on.
I did see that. I did see one of the comments come up, and you took it off very quickly. So I pick up for that because I was about to go.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Talking about Gallagher beats Partey, that's just trolling. That's literally a trolling comment. And then Aubameyang and all this great striker. Yeah, he was a great striker until he couldn't score for 18 months. So we sold him.
Oh, released him.
Well, this is it. Do you know what I mean?
So it's the second half is coming to a close. The referee just played advantage for Arsenal as we looked to try and build a last attack before the half time. And the ball was in, but it just sort of hit the back of Lacazette's head, I think, and Ayu's running the ball away.
They were really looking like a... Whoa!
You are a small club, man. What do you mean?
He went for afters as
Come
well.
on, just ignore him. Just ignore him. Move along. Don't worry.
He's a small club, man. Tottenham are a small club. I don't care what anyone says.
Gee,
yeah, Bobby Brown, trust me.
With all due respect to you, sir, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Let it go.
I'm not worried. It's entertaining, isn't it? It's entertaining. I love the fact that Spurs fans want to come in here and try and chuck it. Because I'll chuck it all day long, baby. Don't worry about that.
Bobby Brown, there he is. Well said, my guy. Ball in the penalty area just before we go in. Has that gone to a corner? We might have time to take this.
Come on, man.
I'm going to have to see three of you jump now and I'll be like, oh, what's going on?
I'm just going to move my tablet forward just in case anything happens.
They're going to have to be quick about it. Smith Rowe is going to take this one.
We can score now.
Here we go. Clip ball in.
Go on. Up on
Gabriel,
that.
it's easy. It's easy. It's gone straight to the goalkeeper.
No,
That'll be the referee blowing the halftime whistle. Arteta is absolutely furious. He's storming down the pitch here. So let's briefly sum it up, guys. It's first half. What disaster, really, isn't it?
Terrible. Terrible.
That's analysis you don't get anywhere else.
I don't think I've really got the words to describe it, if I'm honest.
It's awful. Do you know what I mean? When you look at the magnitude of the game, because at the end of the day, you know what we're saying is 9 cup finals until the end of the season. So at the end of the day, this is the Premier League. So I don't think any Arsenal fan, you know, would be naive enough to think that, you know, we're going to win every single game between now and the end of the season and it's all going to be plain sailing. Obviously, we'd hope for that. We'd love that. But that's just not the reality of the Premier League. At the same time, you know, given the competitiveness of the league, given the quality of the opposition, what Arsenal fans will not excuse is, you know, not necessarily a performance where, you know, things are not going your way, you're not being able to put the ball in the back of the net, but they're not at the races, you know, they're not at the pace of the game. For whatever reason, whether it's a mental thing, whether it's a physical thing, but they are that split second behind Palace. Palace are that step quicker, that more up for it. I don't think it's just, you know, it's not just an ability thing here. It's just the performance has not been good. I would say Palace have played okay, but I think it's been mainly due to the fact of how poor we've been. Because let's face it, Palace haven't played us off the park. They've put a few decent moves together, but defensively, for both those goals, we were poor. So this is a game where if we were defensively strong, we'd be going into this half 0-0 thinking, you know what, we've not been at our best, but we're still in the game. Let's improve in the second half. The problem is our defense hasn't been at its best, so we've conceded 2 goals. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's been a dreadful performance, but defensively we've looked poor. We're losing the midfield battle, that's for sure. We're not dominant in the midfield, and we look a bit toothless up front.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. Just briefly summing up, got the opening goal was Mateta, 16 minutes. Both the goals were assisted by Anderson. And then, of course, we had the defensive calamity for Jordan Ayew's goal. It's literally, they just tore us apart with one pass. Tell you what, does it make a lot of sense just to have a little break there? And we'll see you all on the other side. And we're back. We need that to be longer. No.
Yeah, just do that for the whole of the second half if it's going to stay
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going for a guided tour of G's house at the moment. This is absolutely top class content.
Listen, I'm having to pour myself a drink after that.
Fair enough, my friends. Fair enough. Well, what are you drinking, mate? It's got to be strong.
Not even, you know. I'm drinking some. I think it's white wine or champagne, to be honest.
Champagne, you shouldn't save that for the end of the game, you know, when we win.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll have it. By the end of the game, we'll be celebrating a 3-2 win. Happy days.
That's the one, mate.
Happy days.
Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything on the comments, which I can barely see. I don't know what's happened. The comments literally, it's gone into
the last
that.
Comment is Bob Brown, Nuno Tavares needs to be dragged, which I take it means subbed off.
I would imagine so.
Keith, where?
No, don't even read that. No.
Just suggesting we go out for a cigarette break. I don't
is that
smoke.
what it is?
Do you, Lee? Do you
No,
smoke?
never touched it. My dad was very, very insistent that I shouldn't do that. I'd be in the bad books definitely if I even considered it. So I tell you what, whilst we've got a bit of time, I did mention when I bought the subs up for Palace, right? I have a bit of a Benteke story.
Okay.
And this refers back to my fantasy football and me thinking I was a clever boy after an international break when Christian Benteke came off a game for Belgium and he scored a hat-trick. And I thought, do you know what? I need to catch up a little bit on my rivals in my in-house league. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll throw my triple captain at him. So do you know what he did this next day? I think it was this game week, I believe it was against West Ham United. So
yeah,
they get a penalty. Guess what? Blinking missed it, didn't he? So my triple captain gave me a -3. That's some class fantasy football playing there.
It's just.
Have you had any disasters along them lines? Or you're not really a fantasy football player?
Not really. Yeah, I don't really do fantasy football. I think it is just for me. It's more of a. I always used to test myself, like use football players that only play for England, but you can't have any Tottenham players. Things like that I'd do, but everyone else at school and things used to take it so seriously, and I just gave it up because of it.
It's GUG in the chats, so no, you're a troll there, mate. Try behave yourself. So yeah, I've had some other good ones in my fantasy football side. I can tell an Olivier Giroud story, which was absolute class. And this goes to an end of season game. It's the very last game of the season. We were playing Aston Villa, and I bought as my free transfer in this week. It was Olivier Giroud, and I can't remember who I took out. I made Giroud the captain, and he scored a hat-trick this day. And I won the league. I came from behind to win the league with Olivier Giroud. Again, a striker with a bit of presence about him, which we could probably do with about now.
Yeah, I've always thought when you look at strikers, you need different types. You don't just have the same sort of strikers. We've had Lacazette, who's sort of almost the tall player that you want to be playing off, but he's not that tall. You've had Aubameyang, that pacey striker that you can score. Then you've got the youth product, which would have been Balogun or Nketiah, and then you just have the fourth one, which can do bits and pieces. This summer's going to be interesting. I think a lot of people are very disinterested now in Calvert-Lewin because he's come out with a fashion stuff, hasn't he? So
I'm definitely not one to talk about fashion there, my friend. I'm not your expert in that department. I'll leave that one to G. But Calvert-Lewin as a player, I really like. I've said it on this program before. I really like what he brings to the table. My worry would be he turns into a Franny Jeffers.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
My hope would be that as long as he doesn't get injured, but if he does get injured, you need another striker that's going to get you those goals. And it's just a case of who would get those goals if you're out injured, and that means bringing in a second striker that's going to be wanting to come off. Unless, alternatively, you play Martinelli as a striker and then you're looking for another winger in the summer instead.
Exactly. I mean, I think to take Martinelli off a wide position would be a mistake. I don't think the only reason why he's not playing today is because he's had a bit of a injury there over the international break. No, he came back off late, didn't he, after Brazil, didn't he? That's correct. So that's probably the only reason why he's not been playing today. But say Lacazette kind of forced up into the number 9 position, more or less. It's not really been his natural game. He does contribute. We've spoken about that on this channel before. He does bring something to the table. And as a captain, I actually quite like him. But this would be a good game for him to come to the table and lead by example.
If we're gonna finish in the top 4, or at least have a good end to the season, then we're gonna need strikers to score goals. It can't just be left to Odegaard, because obviously Odegaard's chipped in, Saka's chipped in, Smith Rowe's chipped in, Martinelli's got some goals, but at the end of the day, in the running, you're just seeing in some of the games, like you look at the game, Spurs played yesterday, they got their front men goals. Laka's gonna need really and truly, like I personally feel like if we're gonna finish top 4, we're gonna need Laka to score at least 3 or 4 goals. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Over the course of the next 8 games. And if we don't get the likes of Laka and Eddie, as much as I'm not convinced by them, but they're who we've got right now. So there's no point slagging them off week in, week out, because we can't change anything right now. But if we're gonna finish in the top 4, or at least push and finish 5th or 6th, which for me, I said at the beginning of the season, is still progress, the strikers have to contribute. They have to. And as much as I love Lacazette, and I really do, his job is to score goals, and he's got to chip in. And if he doesn't chip in, it's going to be a big ask without a striker scoring.
Absolutely. If playing Saka up front is so direct, I don't know if he's built to be that leading striker. Really, I mean, the boy's a talent, absolutely. But
bring someone that's that sort of player, I wonder if you'd be willing to put Pepe up there to give it a chance.
Yeah. Pepe's the only one for me that can go in there. I think Saka's just a little bit too lightweight.
I wonder. All I know with Pepe, they mentioned on the Arsenal Twitter feed that he's got an illness. We hope that he's not COVID, anything like that. But we'll see what they say now.
Did you see my comment? I had to get my anger. I had to get my anger out.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, man.
I had to go into the kitchen and have a little scream to myself.
This is the sort of problem I have with Arteta as a manager. I just feel whenever I'm just very numb. I don't have that anger or anything like that. Whereas when I'm with the women, I'm a lot more passionate because I can see there's progress. Okay, there's been a little bit of progress this season, but I think that I could probably allow whatever happens. If it's a loss. But I won't get upset about it. It won't make me cry.
It will ruin the rest of my week if this stays like it is.
Yeah, I get you. Every time we don't turn up and we have a poor result, it's always fun going to see our friends at work again, isn't it?
That's why I love the fact that I work from home, man.
Fair enough,
Brilliant.
mate.
It's brilliant.
You
I
just
don't have to go.
from your
I don't have
family
to go
instead.
in and do the walk of shame in the office, man. Oh, I tell you.
So I'm just trying to work out what's. So we got game on. Is it Saturday?
I'll see if I can find our fixtures coming up, guys.
We've got game on Saturday. I know the women play on England women playing on the Friday night.
Indeed. I'm right in saying Lottie's doing the women's show as well coming up in this week as well, which is definitely worth looking at. Keep an eye on the social media channels for that one.
Home to Brighton.
Apparently, on the commentary on the TV, they just said Lacazette's coming on.
No,
Martinelli, Lacazette. What am I on about?
Lacazette's coming off.
Yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good to see Lacazette in the second half.
I don't know if you guys have just seen it, but one of the kids is wearing the classic white Arsenal shirts, and he's just taken a penalty and scored. Put him on the pitch. He might do some do the business.
Does it count fancy football points?
Probably.
And there he is. There's Martinelli, all stripped and ready to go. So it means that we're going to have someone different with the captain's armband here. I hope we're not going to have another shambolic display. I do hope number 34 ain't going to get it.
I think he's if the fans see him with the armband, he's going to boo him. He's going to be booed all night.
Well, I'll try and keep my eyes peeled.
Rooney's got a new job as a commentator then, has he? In the studio?
Oh, pundit.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice, isn't he, as a pundit?
Did they say who Martinelli's coming on for?
Not yet.
Because I know you lot are slightly ahead of me.
Yeah, he's coming on. He's stripped off and ready, but they haven't said who yet.
Yep, just waiting to see who is
Tavares off, apparently.
Well, okay, so that means that what we're doing, Xhaka into
He's playing left back.
to left back?
God knows.
Maybe he's done that before.
Another one of Arteta's master plans, clearly.
What is he going to try and go three at the back and play wing backs with?
If we go three at the back, we're getting mauled in the second half.
Well, with Martinelli on, this Tavares.
Tavares off. So I've not got an idea what. He's playing straight into their hands.
Unless Saka's going to drop back and be the.
Yeah, but then you lose him. You lose him from attack. Like that's pointless.
I think Xhaka's lining up at left back.
Oh God!
And I'm trying to see if he's got the captain's armband as well, because I have a dreadful feeling he might be.
No, he hasn't got.
We are underway. Who's got it?
No, he hasn't. Xhaka hasn't got it. Xhaka's just passed across.
Still on the pitch.
Got it.
Of course, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
You man kicked off, yeah?
Yeah, we're just underway. 20 seconds.
Cool. Mine's just kicked off, so I'll probably be about 20 seconds behind. Come on, Arsenal, man.
Yeah, big half for us there. We do need to get back into this. Our very own Lottie B's just tweeted out 34 at left back with the.
See the thing is, basically, if it stays like it is, we've basically lost one of our games in hand on Spurs. So
yeah,
pretty much.
I would suggest we need to get back into this very, very quickly.
The issue is even after this game, moving forward, does this mean Xhaka's going to play left back for the rest of the season?
Oh God!
Because at the end of the day, if you're saying that Tavares has got pulled, rightly so, I can't even criticize for Arteta doing that. But at the same time, is he going to play? He's not going to play Tavares against Chelsea, against Spurs, against United. So then we're going to lose Xhaka in midfield. So then who does he bring into midfield? Does he play ESR in the 8? Martinelli left? Does he bring Lokonga back? Well, Lokonga hasn't featured for the last however many games.
Been in for a long time, have we?
All of a sudden, the injury that cost us a lot last season, that Tierney injury for Xhaka to go left back, it's come back to bite us again.
Yep.
Martinelli 1-2 with Lacazette here.
That's a free kick,
There's
surely.
a penalty shout or free kick at least.
That was just on the edge of the box, and I'm pretty sure that was a free kick.
Nothing given at the moment.
Now.
It's not going to be brought back, is it?
It's a nice one too. And
Hmm.
again, no. Oh, actually, you know, if it's in that D, it technically counts as a penalty.
The thing is though, if that's the other way, I know I hate through this agenda and stuff, but if that's the other way and that's Shaka, that's a free kick every single day.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I bet
Alright,
you
we'll
VAR
keep an eye
won't
on
say anything.
Oh, nice ball. Oh,
And Ben White's free kick.
Just see if I can. I'm going to attempt to read some of these from the chat here.
Very frustrating game, man.
Let's have a look what we've got here.
Let's just go back to Stephen's comment. That's all you need to know.
Simon from Talksport's having a right laugh. Yeah, thanks for that.
that's one of my friends. I knew he was going to pop up with something like that.
Yes, Mitchell on Lacazette was a bit dodgy, wasn't it?
No, he's fine there. I'm not too sure on that one. And that's a Schluck one. He's found his feet. He's trying to find the ball. He has stamped on it, but I think he's gone down a bit too dramatically there. I don't even know what brings him down.
He kind of looks like he was kind of on his way down. Then he found his feet on his way down again. It's a bit, a bit soft, but
yeah.
Right now we'll take it, innit? Come on, man.
We have a free kick just about to be taken on the halfway line here by Palace.
Yeah, Gallagher brought down.
Yeah.
They are targeting Partey again, trying to make sure he brings these players down to win those free kicks.
Back pass to
Oh,
Ramsdale.
that was an
He's going to
awful
get
touch
close
by
to him.
Ramsdale.
Wasn't brilliant, but he has got it away.
Just.
Schluck just tries to get it up to their half. It's down to our defenders, and it's who's in there? Is that Xhaka? Yes, it is.
You know what? That Mitchell, left back here, isn't it? Is it left back?
All right, mate. Xhaka is at left back, yeah.
No,
Palace. Yeah, yes, Mitchell, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing well, man.
Yeah, I think he's been outstanding all season for them.
Yeah, he's having a good game. He's keeping Saka quiet.
Yeah. I mean, they think very highly of him at Palace. Van Arnveld was there for a long time, and he got. I think he was out of contract, and he went. They kept Mitchell in the side.
I'm just watching them, and they're set up really, really well. Really, really well.
They are.
Palace are.
Yeah, they are.
Someone mentioned it in the comment that this isn't, and you mentioned it as well, Lee, that this isn't the same Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace side, is it anymore? They've really brought into his ideas.
Yeah.
The fact that
now
if
then, Saka. Now then, Saka. Keep
Positive
going, Saka.
run from Saka.
That's a penalty, surely.
Down. Well, okay,
No
so he's
way.
all right. Well, let's see, because anything like that is going to get checked by VAR. Let's have a look. Here's the boy running through, looking where the ball's going.
He's got his hands all over him, and he's tugging him to the ground. How is
Looks
that
like
not
a
penalty?
pen to me.
Yeah, that looks like a penalty to me.
That's it, and that's a stone wall penalty.
But it's Arsenal, innit? It's always the same.
Oh, what? He's
He's
not even
asking
bothered
about
checking it. It's per.
He's asking it about it.
How is that not a penalty?
He's holding on to him.
How is that not a
He's
penalty?
holding on to him and dragging him down. Like, what more? Oh, yeah, give him a free kick there then.
See, I reckon I reckon he's even got a bit of his shirt as well.
Yeah.
You can't really see it from the camera.
Yeah.
So they give a free kick for Gabriel for less for bringing him down. It's exactly the same as what the Palace player did in the box. And he's given a free kick their way, but yet ours wasn't a penalty. It doesn't make any sense.
It's exactly the same sort of contact, isn't it?
Between that And that one in that area.
There is no difference at all between that and what happened in the area.
This is very much becoming a WWE match now.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't know how, but that just shows how
the defenders made no attempt to play the ball. If you're going to look at that and you're going to say, look, that's not a penalty, then like you said, there's no way the Gabriel challenge is a penalty because it's the same thing. It's two players jostling for the ball.
Oh yeah, you'll give a free kick there, won't you? Oh my god,
that did look a free kick to me. That was,
he gave a free kick and he's given me a yellow card. But I don't get how referees can call themselves consistent when you've got two identical fouls. One's in the penalty box and one's outside. He gives the one outside, but not in the penalty box. It doesn't work out.
The players have lost their heads.
Indeed, I agree with that. It's Partey on the yellow card now. But I think more pressingly, it's a free kick in a really good position.
Make sure you don't get sent off.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, we don't want to lose this game, but there's a bigger picture at play. Like, this is a very, very, very thin squad. We can't afford suspensions.
He doesn't miss next match. I thought usually if you get 5 yellow cards in a season, you usually get
no, we're past that cut off now, mate.
They've changed it all again, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So it's the next one's 10, isn't it?
Yeah,
you
I think
missed
so.
2 games.
So Palace number 16 on the ball. His name escapes me at the moment.
Is that Conor Gallagher?
Gallagher's 23.
Okay, so it's not.
It's a direct shot, a goal. It's saved by Ramsdale. Didn't have much bend in it, I don't think.
I honestly don't get how that's not a pen. Like, I just don't. That happens anywhere else on the pitch. That's a free kick.
Bring up Keith's comment here.
So let's pose this question: if that happens the other way, is that given?
Yeah,
100%.
Exactly.
Man. 100%,
that's what I mean.
All day long.
I don't know how that's not a penalty. I don't know what they have got VAR for anymore because.
Well, if that's a free kick and he got.
It's exactly the same. It makes a whole mockery of it because they're exactly the same.
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Right. I just your views on VAR. Are they using it correctly or are they just abusing it to make sure?
They're just. The thing for me is that you've got ex-referees who are in the box looking at decisions. So there, you've got a flaw there completely. You should have people that are separate to that and separate to the referee on the pitch because they used to be refs. So they're going to give the same level of bias towards different clubs as the refs do on the pitch at the minute. So
it's a nice little play here. Xhaka and Nemsmith roll. Martinelli on the left-hand side. Cross comes in. It's got a touch from Lacazette and it's going goal kick.
Also, my point is, like, how do other sports get it correct and have less money than football has? And we get it completely wrong with more money than the other sports.
You know what's funny? We use Hawkeye in tennis, and yet that's so accurate. And we only use Hawkeye mainly for the goal line technology.
I think they created VAR not because to make the game better. They created it so to give more talking points and controversy. I don't think they actually did it to make the game better.
I watch cricket, yeah. I'm a big West Indies fan, and I'm telling you, yeah, in cricket, when you watch Test cricket or shorter forms of the game, there's never any controversy. There's no controversy. It's like basically what happens is you've got I don't know what they call it, whatever the system is, what you call it, but each team gets allowed to review decisions from the umpire.
Yeah.
And you review a decision, it goes to them, and they put it on the screen, just how they do in VAR, and you see them discussing it, and they get it right. They never get it wrong. They never.
You can hear the communication as well, can't you, mate? You can hear the communication with the umpires.
They never get it wrong, and it's only football, like you said, Sam. Football in the sport where so much is at stake in terms of the competitiveness, in terms of the money in it, but yet they get it wrong week in, week out, again and again. and it's just crazy. Like I was one of the fans that was advocating for VAR, because I thought to myself, well, if you've got video, how can you get it wrong? Like, how can you get something wrong if it's video? But they still do. They still do. Just officiating in this country, I don't know if it was Keith or somebody put it up saying it puts them off football. I tell you, if I didn't love football the way I do, I wouldn't watch it, because the officiating in this country just spoils it.
See, this is why I enjoy watching women's football, because you haven't got any of this VAR. You don't have any of this referees being terrible. Yes, some of them are questionable, but you don't have any of this like toxic nature of this game of the men's football at all.
The only thing they need to bring in is the video, the goal line tech, which they don't have for the women's game, which is huge. But even going back to the World Cup, they were using VAR correctly, and yet in other leagues, they're just not adapting it from that World Cup.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we got the VAR right here at all yet.
The thing is,
too much of a delay in a long time.
Palace looks solid.
We don't look like there's any way past them, which is extremely worrying.
And you know what? Like I said, I don't want to get onto Lacazette because, like, to be honest, this is a whole team performance. I think a lot of players have been poor, but for me, it's like it's just those half chances, like those little things when there's like a half chance.
That's an amazing ball.
Yeah, that was a great pass there. I didn't see he played it in, but there's Saka against Mitchell.
Come on, Saka.
Shot is away. It's never going anywhere, I'm afraid. But at least that looked a little bit more positive. At least we looked a little bit threatening there.
But when we get up to the final third, we look like we've got zero idea what to do next.
Yeah. You look at this Arsenal side and you know you can see what it's lacking. It's lacking a centre forward.
I was going to say as well, like a striker, a really good striker, would do nothing in this game at all.
No,
and score you 2 goals late on.
Yep.
And Lacazette never has looked like that.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. Somebody actually just tweeted. It said crossing with Lacazette in the box is really just clearing the ball away.
Yeah. Well, they say he needs another physical threat up there, and what we don't really have is that. We've got Eddie Nketiah sitting on the bench, and unfortunately, his Premier League goal record is not good.
This is it.
But we already knew that, and there's nothing we can complain about it as much as we like.
There's nothing we can do. Do you know what I mean? No. Like we all said what we had to say in January. You know what I mean? Post the window. So there really is no point banging on about it. But when you watch games like this, you can't help but think back and say, you know, like, how did we not strengthen? Like, I get the reasons behind it. I get the circumstances, but yeah, you know, at the end of the day, it's one game, innit? Like, we could bounce, you know, we might get a point from this. Who knows? We might go on another run and win a few games, and before you know it, we forget about this performance up to this point. However, you know, you can't help but think back and think, you know, we had a whole month, you know, to get somebody through the door, even if it was on a short-term deal, and we just didn't.
Yeah.
Right, you'll have me back in a second. I've got to jump over from my tablet to my laptop because it's dying.
Okie dokie, mate. No worries. We'll see you when we're 2-2.
I was just looking at that free kick that Xhaka gave away. I'm sorry, Mr. 34 or Mr. X, whatever you want to call him, giving away that free kick, and automatically the Ayu's gone for the ball and just reached out for it. I would have given that as a handball, if I'm honest. Players should not be going out and reaching for the ball just to give them an extra advantage to make sure that the referee stops the ball there.
Yeah, agreed. Right, let's have a look. Ball's just in our half. Xhaka's just played a back pass to the centre half. Gabriel and Smith Rowe is a long way back from where we want him to be, really.
No one's there. No one's.
There's no threat up there, is there?
No one was looking to pounce on that, and it's again someone we're missing is someone with a little bit of pace that is going to be in those central positions.
And that ball there was aimed towards Martinelli, but it's headed clear. I think it's Nathaniel Klein who got rid of that one. So here's Martinelli. Can he find something from somewhere here? Smith Rowe developing on the left-hand side. Back to Xhaka.
This is a hard watch, man.
Yeah, mate.
This is a tough watch.
Half a chance, and it's gone straight to the goalkeeper. Emil Smith Rowe in the penalty area. He's got a ricochet in the box there, I think, from Lacazette. The shot is just easily picked up. It was a back pass, basically, to the goalkeeper there, unfortunately.
Oh, my God. What is that, Smith Rowe?
I tell you what,
that?
If he put it to the side of the goalkeeper, I think he's got a chance there of it just nipping in. I think he wasn't expecting it to fall to him.
You've got to put your laces through that.
Yeah, if he goes near post, I think that's in. Or at least he pulls up a save.
Yeah, I agree with the comment there. Should have just scored. The back pass there was a bit dodgy, wasn't it?
Smith Rowe should have laced that.
Yeah,
absolutely laced it. By the looks of it, like Matt said, I don't think he expected it to come to it because his whole body shape weren't ready for it.
Let's just welcome Sam back in.
You just got a toe punt that in the top corner.
Hello, mate.
That comes with a little bit of experience, so it's all things that they can work on in training.
Yeah. I've changed my name to "We're going to win 3-2" for a bit of optimism.
I'd love to see it, mate. Thanks for that. Meantime, Martinelli is down and rolling.
Oh, God.
And that's on his left leg.
He landed heavily on
that. No. Give him a card for that. That was dangerous.
Bad tackle. Really bad tackle.
He's still on the floor as well.
He literally stuck his leg out. I
don't know how on earth. Yeah, if he's not going to give him a yellow card, I can just see it. But I don't know how that's not a yellow card.
That's a yellow. He stamped on his foot as well. That's a yellow card.
See, this is when you need,
if that's his knee, that's not good sign.
No, definitely not. It's the one he's had injuries with before. I think I can see Nketiah just about getting ready to go here, guys. I mean, he has to make a change somewhere. If it is for Martinelli, but maybe if it didn't look good from what I just saw, and he's gingerly up.
He's got to do something, isn't he? Like, even if it's taking Lacazette off for Eddie, or he's got to do something because at the moment the man them on the pitch are not doing nothing.
You may as well bring Lacazette off because he's not doing anything. So Eddie Nketiah, at least with Nketiah, if he doesn't play well, he'll actually try and run for balls. So
the change has been made, and it's Cedric coming off.
Why is he taking off another defender?
He's going for broke. Listen,
what is it? Is this 2 at the back and 5 up front?
What are we going to? Saka's going there now by the looks of it.
Going for broke.
Let's have a look. See what's happening here because
Martinelli
had a full start there, and he's back on the field.
Arteta knows that this game was important. Now, obviously, all of them are important, in it, but at the end of the day, like the way the lads have approached this game and come out and performed, it's not good enough. Like this is
good.
This is one of the games that you look at and you think to yourself, you know what, like we should be winning this game. You know?
See, the thing is, if you're going to pull in performances like this, you don't actually deserve to get the top 4. If you're gonna
But then United have done this for 3 or 4 years where they've gone and lost games and then won by the skin of their teeth, like our game at Old Trafford. And they haven't played really well, and they haven't been playing very well for a long, long time.
Go on then, Nketiah.
Eddie Nketiah plays the ball in.
Oh no!
Been a goal.
What a miss!
I don't know how that's not.
Who missed?
Odegaard.
That was an unbelievable miss.
Oh my goodness me! So I mean, Saka is out there on the left-hand side now, guys. The ball's coming.
Come on, man!
It's the first time
That's a
shot.
lovely one too.
Should he have controlled it? Did he have time to
you're
control
kidding
it?
me. That's a snap.
You've got to get that on target.
No, but
Yeah.
see, that was a good time to score because then that gives you time to push on to get the second.
That's a-
But
That's a lot of great little 1-2s there as well in that box.
And so we could have scored 2 goals here.
that's 2-2.
Yeah.
That should be 2-2.
Oh, I just wonder if that's hit his standing foot as he's gone to hit it.
Yeah, but didn't he hit it with his wrong foot?
I'm just thinking that the ball, because it looked like the ball jumped up.
But this is
when he went to go and
this
hit
is
it.
different, and this is what Arteta will talk about in his post-match. You know, if this stays like this, is that at the end of the day we've not been at our best. But when you look at the Smith Rowe chance and you look at the other guy's chance, we could easily
Come on,
be
guys.
2-2. We could easily
Another
be
chance
2-2.
sniffed out.
Yeah,
Just as something looks like it's developing.
If we're clinical, we're right back in this game.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, God, another one
It
down.
looks like a switch to a 3-5-2, doesn't it?
And the thing is, they're not chances that are really tough chances. They're chances that you should be finishing. It's not even.
No, they are.
haven't even got an excuse.
Yeah, they're chances you should be finishing. Simple.
Little bit of play there. It's not happened. Nothing's come about it. But with Nketiah up there now, I think he has a little bit of a presence there. He looked like he was trying to get something out for that, but it just
Give
fizzled
it
out for
another 10
nothing.
and Benteke's coming on to score and all.
Great.
Benteke loves playing against Arsenal.
Yeah, he only seems to score against us.
Yeah, he loves playing against Arsenal.
See the opening goal here again, and you can see
that is just a stroke of luck.
Awful, wasn't it?
Sheer luck.
Such a poor bit of play that. So the first goal scorer is off. Who did they bring on? Who was it? It's MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Yeah. So that's the
midfielder.
adding the midfield player in, isn't it? So it's trying to even up what we've done in a way.
But we still look all over the place at the back. We just seem to. Oh, come on, ref.
You would have thought that they would have had a lot more rest as well, so they'll be more prepared for this game.
Oh, what is that?
Not happened.
Ball back here with Ben White.
Oh, come on, that's a free kick.
Yeah, you're telling me, Matt.
There we go. No. All of a sudden, this has become Burnley football now.
Martinelli's switch sides. There he is on the right-hand side.
Oh, your fancy
Ball
flicks. Save them for when you're winning, not when you're losing.
Just bring up that comment. This is, another chance goes big into Stu.
Nice to score now to get the ball.
Come on, that's a hell of a ball.
Little flick.
That's bouncing around. Can we get anything in there? It's goal kick. Goal kick.
Nothing's going our way. Nothing's going our way at all.
It's going to be one of them nights, isn't it?
You just get one.
No, but the thing that gets to me, like, we've waited till 70 minutes to start playing. Why can't we play before that 70 minutes? It's just so bizarre.
Because it's like, look what's at stake. Like you said, we beat Palace. We're within 2 points of Chelsea.
Yeah, 2 points.
Yeah.
And they look like it looks like a team that's secured top 4 and that there's no chance of them coming out of it. They're literally playing as if it's just a training session.
And now you're just basically praying that we can pick up points from other games now and that they drop
Hello, mate.
more points.
You want to come in, Ames?
Because the thing with me is that, Spurs are going to drop points. United are going to drop points. I can't see United or Spurs or West Ham or any of those teams winning the next, 8 games. I can't see it. But the point is, we need to focus on ourselves. And for me, Palace away on a Monday night is a tough game, but it's a game you got to be in. Like the way we started was absolutely dreadful. And we regardless of how we played, we've had 2 chances that, to be honest, we should have buried.
Yeah.
We should.
Come on,
My little girl just made an appearance.
We should be at least
In the
2-1.
in the penalty area, chips it in.
Oh,
Did it again easily.
There we go. We've got 80% ball possession in the
80%,
second
yeah, I
half.
can
and
see that
what
come
have
up.
we done with it? What have we done with
Just
it?
gonna have to disappear
Partey's
just for a
just
second, guys.
signaled. Partey's
No,
just
he's not
signaled to
giving the
come
free
off.
kick.
No way on this earth you can give that as a penalty. Oh my God, he's given
But he
a
has
penalty.
though.
He's
given
given a
penalty to
penalty.
Palace.
And
Yeah, he
Zaha
has.
has done the
There we go,
biggest
Zaha.
dive you have ever seen.
Oh no.
The biggest dive
Gabriel.
you have ever seen.
No. He's trailing.
He never touched him.
No.
No!
Just be careful here, guys.
No,
just
no,
I know,
no.
I know, but just be careful, please. Especially my
Wow.
little girls in there, right?
Right,
He
even if he
always
did
does
touch
this
him, it was
against
the
us as well.
slightest touch. No, but how is this not a penalty?
No.
And then how is
I'm
ours
sorry,
not?
no. I'm sorry, no. But
It will go to VAR, guys. So just hold on a minute. Let's see
They're
what
giving it,
happens
man.
here.
Of course they're going to give it. They're going to give that. There's contact, so they're going to give it. They're going to give it all day.
Stands. But how does this one stand and our one doesn't? Like, it's just the mind boggles. It really does.
Absolute rubbish, man. Absolute rubbish.
no, I can't believe that.
Okay.
No, I can't. Even if he has touched him, it was the slightest of touches that he's played.
He has touched him. He's touched him on his back foot, but because
That's
he's felt
Zaha,
the contact, he's come down.
Partey is signaling to come off as well, so it looks like he's injured.
I think
It's on a yellow card as well. So
This looks like a game where the whole thing is just unraveling.
Yeah,
The whole
sure.
squad, the whole everything is just unraveling.
yeah.
And it's crazy because these guys should be full of confidence.
Referee's whistle's blowing. Here comes Zaha. It's 3-0.
Finished.
I'm never confident when we get penalties because we need a goalkeeping specialist, and I don't think we have one.
Finished, man. Absolute terrible performance from the boys.
Oh, honestly, this fills me full of dread for the games coming up, doesn't it? You?
No, it does. It does.
Yeah, I've actually got a sinking feeling in my stomach that top four is just slowly slipping.
Yeah. If you put in a performance like this, given this is the running now, it's not good.
You might know he's going that way.
Just scrape it. You know, it's just gone to the goalkeeper's left. Zaha has got he does place them in both corners, and it's so it's a difficult one to judge. I've got to give Wolf credit. He's taken the pen well. Yeah.
3-0. 3-0 to Palace. No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a heck of a comeback.
Nah. 3-0.
Unless
We're not going to score. Honestly, we're not going to score if we're all night.
Not to be so super biased, but the only way the game gets changed is either the goalkeeper gets sent off for booting the referee's cat, or calling the referee's mother something under the sun.
No, whoa. Hold it. So Lukonga is on the field.
And then like you said, Sam, Partey's come off and we brought on Lukonga. Mate. Oh, that just sums it up.
When they cut to him, he looks so confused.
And so AU is now off Palace.
The difference is that Palace
coming on.
The difference is that Palace have got a stronger bench than we have, and that's quite embarrassing.
Which is all sorts of wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. They've just brought on a striker 75 minutes in when they're 3-0 up. And we brought on Lukonga and Eddie Nketiah. It just...
New Palace want, apparently.
This is what I kept saying to like to fellow Arsenal fans. Like, don't get too gassed about top four just yet, because
there's not even a free kick given there.
There's a long way to go, and similarly, you know, after this game, like, you know, we shouldn't give up on top four either, because at the end of the day, we're still level on points with Spurs. We've got a game in hand. Like, but at the same time, yellow
card for what?
you just can't get too excited in this
'Cause
league
it's
because
Xhaka.
it's so competitive.
I'm going to be
Give
totally honest.
him a yellow card for that.
For what?
He may as well.
What's he giving the yellow card
the
for?
referee-
Obviously, he's giving him a yellow because he's Xhaka. That's why he's giving him a yellow.
He may as
What's
well.
he giving the
pull
yellow
off that
card
black
for? I haven't
shirt
Because he's tugged
I
he's
see
tugged
it.
so
there was
hard
that
shirt.
Palace top underneath.
Oh dear.
Oh, come on, no.
We literally like
That's
every
pathetic.
game, we literally just get absolutely shafted by the officials every single game, regardless of the fact that we've been absolutely poor. The refereeing in this country is just rubbish.
That's
It's
a
rubbish.
pathetic yellow card. I think the problem comes from the fact that these referees have been in the same league for 10 years and they refuse to learn.
Hey,
So,
well,
I mean,
you look
who
at
is
what's
it?
going wrong though. It must be the training that they're getting or something, because it's not. I think each one of them has their own like set of rules that they follow, and each one's different.
It certainly feels that way.
It does,
Now
doesn't
all of
it?
a sudden, like you look at this Arsenal side now, yeah. You've got Xhaka playing at left back. You've got Nakonga in midfield, and all of a sudden, you know, this is what we all said. 1 or 2 injuries, and the whole thing, the wheels will just come off.
Yeah, Partey. If Partey's out for
If Partey's out, top four's gone.
Yeah, I would say so.
100%. Because I remember going on the stream and I said, if we get Partey at Atletico Madrid, we will get top 6. Easy. If Partey's out, top 4's gone. 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
just starting to play well as well. That's the thing that annoys you more.
Conga's played a lovely pass in there.
Just
And
to
the
play,
ball's in.
yeah.
This could be a goal.
Oh
Should have
my
been a
God.
goal.
The fact that
you can't
18's
even-
out.
We can't even score when it's an open net.
I think offside was given anyway.
Look at that.
But,
That's a
Look at
great
that.
turn. No. Oh my God.
let's have a look. It's a couple of little bits of play from Nakonga. I do want to congratulate him. He shepherded off Zaha at the other end.
No.
He just played that pass to Saka, and even through that little scramble, you know, and Smith Rowe's in the middle of it. He said the defender number
How
6.
is that
had played.
offside? Who was called offside on that one? Because I don't see anyone that was anywhere near offside.
I think if anything, it's going to be like a foot, like half a foot that's offside.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
The maddest thing though is that even though it's offside, he still missed.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. And it's an open
He
net.
still missed.
It was a good block, though. I have to admit it.
Oh, it's a good block, but when you're 2 yards away from goal
Yeah,
with
when
an
you're
open
4 or
net
5
staring at you,
yards
you
out
need
of goal,
to
you
score
got to bury it.
whether it's offside or not.
At least that time he did put his foot through it.
It's just mentioned Kote is off the field now, and Heidelberg is on. It's got the armband as well.
Honestly, after January window, I honestly thought the team wasn't going to even get into Europe. And the fact that they are where they are right now is just a testament to how.
Oh, but it's
Arteta
just the thing is though, it's just going to be so heartbreaking if it
Demoralizing
doesn't happen now.
it is.
It's going to feel like everything's fallen apart because of how close we were.
Yep.
Crossfield pass from Smith Rowe there.
Well, after that window, I was predicting us to finish 12th because the way we were playing, the fact that we basically had nothing really to play for apart from the league, it just felt like it was going to be a long season.
We don't deserve anything if we're going to start playing like this.
Yeah,
I know we played
just
well
got
before, but
you know, the next game against Brighton and the next couple of games coming up is going to be crucial because
yeah,
like,
the next
you know, when you look at it, we got Brighton on Sunday.
Southampton.
Then we got Southampton the following. Brighton's on Saturday. Then we got Southampton.
Yeah.
Then we got Chelsea. And then Man United. So they're going to need to get their act together pretty quick.
Another
real
offside.
shame that this is happening
going
now
on?
when
Brighton not going to be no walk in the park.
so Brighton 9th, April 16th, Southampton, April 20th, Chelsea, up at 23rd, Man United.
Yeah.
May 1st, West Ham, May 7th, Leeds, and then obviously you've got
the
Everton.
Northern derby after that.
No time to wallow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big games coming up.
Yeah.
Every game.
And it's a real shame that this has happened after Chelsea dropped points against Brentford as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you need to be taking chances.
Sam was saying that, innit? Like, I think it was Sam or Matt. I don't know who said it, but every time you get one of these teams in the race for top 4, when they need to put in a result, they bottle it. Do you know what I mean? And I have to be honest. Like, I don't like to use the term against my own side, but we bottled it tonight. We have.
Yeah.
We have.
I mean, let's just put it all into perspective, shall we? So we come into this only one defeat in 6, didn't we? So I don't want to sort of drag this into it's an absolute disaster. It's not good. We are not playing well, but like you say, I think a lot will depend on how we pick up after in the next game.
Well,
I will say
sorry, Mate, you go.
No,
you
go on.
You go.
I was only going to say, like, Vieira's done really well tonight, just managerial-wise. You can see he's got a lot more experience than Arteta.
Vieira's got his tactics and his players' attitude bang on tonight, boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we didn't think those next
even at 3-0, even at 3-0, if you see the way they're shaped, we ain't getting nowhere near
still
them.
exactly the same as if they're still 0-0.
Ending shot here, Eddie Nketiah has hit the bar.
Do you remember
it was always a bit of scrapping? Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you remember a couple of seasons ago when the fans refused to give the ball back to Bellerin and just chanting "You're not fit to wear the shirt"? I just have a feeling that things like that will happen. Oh, that was a good effort.
It was a decent tip from Nketiah, to be honest.
See, the thing is, if we didn't think these games were big before, these next couple, they've just become 20 times bigger.
Massive.
This next game, honestly, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but next game and the game after, if you don't pick anything other than 6, then you can kiss your 4 goodbye.
That was well won by Xhaka in midfield there. His cross has come in from the right-hand side and still bouncing around a little bit as Martinelli is trying to beat his man. It's against Mitchell. They're doubled up on him. He's going into a cul-de-sac and he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, Brighton and Southampton are 6-pointer, 100%.
Well, Brighton are 13th at the moment, and Southampton are 12th. I mean, they only need 4 points to mathematically keep them safe, anyway. So, but they want to finish as strongly as possible, and there's perhaps an outside chance that they could get into Europe.
But you just have to look at this Palace side. Do you know what I mean? You going into this game,
he's been completely. You
can't really look at Palace and say they got much to play for. But look how
Vieira's been managing a lot longer.
Well, if you think about it, Vieira, he wants Teta's job, though, isn't it? He does. Of course, he does. Like, for him, as much as he's an Arsenal legend, like, you know, he's got his own career aspirations. So he's not that well. Yeah, he's done himself some favors tonight.
For sure.
Been a massive result. It's probably his best performance as a Palace manager, I would have thought.
Yeah, strong performance from Palace. They've not even looked troubled, to be honest.
I've not seen many better performances from a team from anyone we played this season.
No, that's what I mean.
Sometimes you've got a...
Oh my God, we nearly scored an own goal. That would have just topped it all off.
This, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Well, anyway, we're at the other end of the field, and it's the right end for us is Xhaka, who's just played a long ranger and did not threatening at all.
That was just awful.
It's desperate, wasn't it? Let's be honest. At least the shot was away, and it sums up a very bad performance.
The only time I've seen the worst performance is at Wembley when the women were playing and they just did not turn up at all, and Chelsea turned them over.
When Jack is having a shot from 30 yards, you know it's gone a bad evening.
I'll probably take the blame for it. It's probably my fault hosting this thing.
No, I don't. To be honest, I don't think any of us saw this this poorer performance coming.
No.
I didn't. You know what I mean? Like I think you were saying, Lee. You know, you kind of put it into context. Like, you know, other than Liverpool and City, you know, we've been winning games. You know, we've been performing really well. The effort's been there, the work rate's been there, but tonight they've just not performed.
Yeah, nowhere near
You
the
know,
level.
there's definitely been an increase in the performance in the last kind of 20 minutes or so, but it's too late.
Yeah. Game's
At that
already
point,
long
it's just
gone,
too
isn't it?
late. Yeah, it's too late now. You know, we can't be playing teams below us in the table and then playing for pride. Like, what's that about? It's like we're playing for pride. This is how we should have started the game. This is how we should have been playing in the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. The game's all fizzling out for us now. Nothing's going to go for us here, is it?
Honestly, the last thing we needed, you know, after the international break, this is the last thing we needed.
Yeah, it would have been much better to come in the next 2 games in one of them rather than this game.
Yeah. And now, like you said, we've got
hopeful crossing.
For me, Brighton and Southampton, you've got to get maximum points.
Yeah, not anything other than you're in trouble.
You're in trouble, yeah.
All right, 2 minutes to go, guys. 2 minutes to the 90 to go.
Thank goodness for that.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not been enjoyable, unfortunately. I love spending time with you lads, but watching this Arsenal side tonight has not been enjoyable.
No.
Yeah, sorry about that, G.
No, that's cool, man. I love spending time with you, bro. I'm not annoyed at you. I'm annoyed at our club.
I know, my man. I know. Corners come in. Can we get anything from here?
Saka's trying the bicycle kick. It could have been Saka or Nketiah, I'm not sure.
There's Will.
Saka, careful, you're on the yellow, man.
Big clearance from the goalkeeper. And it's back with Gabriel, but
don't bother. Honestly, don't even bother putting any added time on. Just leave
what
it be.
What you doing, Jacka?
Just end it.
Well, there's a ball in. It didn't even look threatening, I'm afraid. It was flat. It was straight to the defender. It's gone clear.
Very, like you said earlier, I think, Matt, it's very reminiscent of the start of the season when we were absolutely woeful.
It is.
It looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
Well, not to like dismantle the team at all, but those first couple of games didn't help. We were playing, was it Chelsea and City?
Chelsea, City.
Yeah, but
Brentford,
Brentford, sorry, was the first game, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Brentford. Well, you know what was that was almost written in the stars, wasn't it? You get it always happens. One of the promoted teams come up. They're in a new stadium as well. They're going to be all ready, all revved up, and they go and get the win. But to be honest, they should have actually lost that game. Brentford should not have won that game at all. There was a foul on Leno for their first goal, for their second goal, which again, I don't understand because he was being pushed and nothing was done about it, and the team just didn't even argue about the fact he was fouled. It was.
I mean, what's done is done on that one, isn't it? You know, there's no point in looking back at that.
No,
you don't care if you lose a game and you played well, but you care when you've lost a game and you've played absolutely dreadful and deserved every second of getting beat.
This is the thing now. I just every time it's a loss and it's like this, I'm just numb. I'm just like, okay, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Well, got the England women's game on Friday night. We got a game on Saturday, and then gonna have a break on the Sunday. So,
Lacazette, what are you doing?
He's trying to get consolation. Just hit the defender.
Even if Lacazette scores now, it's still not going to take away how he hasn't done anything for 91 minutes.
What was he thinking, Lacazette?
Wow.
And that's just gone straight out, man. Martinelli.
And the thing is, it quite worries me. I can't even pick out one player that's played well.
Nah.
No.
Martinelli's tried to do stuff, but
To be fair, the best players on the pitch
long range of that
have probably been Martinelli and Eddie.
Yeah.
I think Eddie did
At least
done all right coming on.
Eddie's looked bright.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
He's
mean?
looked like
he's looked like energy. He's hit the bar. Martinelli looks active. The players that are on the pitch, Lukonga's looked okay as well.
They're the only two.
Smith Rowe's done all right. It's just Saka's been a bit quiet, to be honest.
Yeah,
They're the only two. Eddie and Nketiah.
Mitchell pocketed Saka.
Eddie and Nketiah and Martinelli are the only ones that look bothered that were playing that bad. The rest of them look like they couldn't care less.
Yeah, this is not what you want to be seeing when you've got 9 cup finals. This is not cup final performance. Really is not.
It is runners-up cup performance, isn't it?
Yeah. Arteta is he's gonna have to sort this lot out before Saturday against Brighton. Because Brighton will be watching this game and licking their lips.
Yeah, and the thing is, Brighton always seem to.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They always seem to step up 20 levels as well when they play us for some bizarre reason. They always seem to.
Oh, come on, free kick there, surely.
Twitter's gonna be toxic, man.
Yeah.
Just stay away from it, boys and girls. There's another long range effort, but it's never going to threaten anybody. It's Odegaard, and I would imagine that's going to be the goalkeeper taking the kick, and that's the whistle.
I'm not saying that, you know what I mean, Arsenal fans should overreact, but at the same time, I understand Arsenal fans' feelings because that was awful.
No, indeed, it wasn't a fun watch for anybody, unfortunately. Defeat Selhurst Park 3-0. Don't think any one of us saw any of that coming. That's for sure.
No, that was bad. It was bad.
Let's just see. I mean, they're going to acknowledge. Yeah, Lacazette's telling them going to acknowledge the fans quite rightly.
What a wonderful way to start your week.
That's not how I wanted to debut as a host, guys. I must say.
It is what it is, man.
It can only get better.
Right, you can blame me. It's two games now. I've done a chat along, and both of them have been lost. 2-0 and a 3-0 now. So
ban him.
Yeah, I am banned.
I just kick him out now. No.
Technically, Sam, you're on the other one as well. So technically, it's your fault that we're both on at the same time. So we'll have to make sure that one of us is on.
I'm struggling to keep up with how many I'm on because
the Wolfsburg.
Oh yeah. We won't mention.
Yeah, so technically, only one of us should have been coming on. One of us off, one of us on. Do it that way. Is anyone waiting to come on, Lee?
No one's in the lobby just yet. I'll just try to get in touch with Jim. I'll see if he wants to come and do post-show. But on the back of a result like that, I'm not so sure anyone will want to hang around, to be honest. So if either any of you guys do have to go, it's up to you.
No, it only stops me being on here. Stops you from crying at that Wolves performance. So
yeah.
Well, let's just go ahead. Go on.
No, I was just going to ask you when the next therapy show is or something like that, because I'm sure you guys are going to need it. That's for sure. Let yourselves.
I've made my own group chat with a couple of my friends that's just called Arsenal Therapy. It's wonderful.
I think we've got tomorrow night. I think Stephen is hosting the last orders, which will basically be a review of tonight's game.
Oh wow!
As well as everything else. But yeah, we'll see, man. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot Lee. Amazing. Wasn't the result we wanted. But look, you are an amazing host.
Thank you very much, G.
Chat-alongs are obviously going to have a lot more memorable, more entertaining and positive nights than tonight. But I wasn't even really going to jump on tonight, but I thought, you know what? I think somebody from the Cannon Chatter team needs to come and give you some support, particularly in the show. So yeah, wicked. I thought you did a wicked job, Lee, man. So well done.
Yeah,
keep it
I
up
did as well.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Problem. Matt and Sam. I think it was one of you I wasn't following, but we fixed that now.
Yeah,
so that's all good. I don't think I've been on a stream with you, Matt, or you, Sam. So that was an absolute pleasure. And hopefully we'll do it again. But yeah, man, have a good evening, lads.
Yeah.
Take care.
Before you go, G, tell people where they can find you on Twitter and stuff.
Oh yeah. If you wanna obviously interact with me and stuff on Twitter, please do just head to my Twitter page. It's G Talks Arsenal because I'm G and I talk Arsenal. Good night.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. Cheers.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
So there's number 3.
Oh, I'm going to get altitude sickness now being up here.
Fair enough. No, it's a promotion, mate.
Usually whenever I'm hosting, I'm usually down at the bottom on the far screen, so it seems a bit weird just to be up at the top, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. So, if we are going into our next game, I know we're very raw on this, and it's difficult to pick ourselves up. But if we have an injury for Partey, say, and we have a situation at left back of course, what are your immediate thoughts for our next game against Brighton in terms of the lineup?
Sam?
Sorry, no, I was in the order of my own. In terms of the lineup, well, Lukonga would need to come in for Partey if that's the case. And then I wouldn't go with Xhaka in the defence. I would find any other way to not put Xhaka in defence because it's a disaster waiting to happen, really. So even if we have to switch players into positions they're not favourable in, I'd rather do that than play Xhaka there.
I think it also
start after that as well. Martinelli's got to start. No way around that. And I think on that last showing, as much as I'm not a massive fan of him, and Nketiah has got to start as well.
Yeah, I probably agree with that. No, it's okay. I mean, I wonder if we know that Smith Rowe's just come back from his COVID issues and being ill, as had Saka. I wondered if Saka was looking a little bit tired prior to this. And I know he's had the time away. I know he didn't play for England, but he was a little bit quiet tonight as well. We didn't see the spark from him that maybe we're used to. And I know they're young players as well. So you say with Nketiah up top, he did. At least he looked a bit more of a threat. He looked more of a direct threat today, I thought. But it's very much clutching at straws, finding a positive out of anything from tonight. It's going to be very difficult, I think.
See, the thing with Saka, he's looked, I don't know what you two think, but he's looked quite off the ball for quite a while now. In the last sort of kind of 2-3 months, he's not looked not up for it. He's not looked as...
He's fatigued. He's very... Yeah, I understand that. And to be honest, that's what always wondered why we didn't go for a winger, either in the summer or in the January window. It was, to be honest, I was curious whether or not we were going to see Flores tonight, whether or not we were losing, just to sort of say, you know what, let's try and throw him in, see how Palace respond, and give these fans a little bit more taste of what's to come. Because what is it? That's 3 of the youngsters that were on the bench from the academy.
Certainly
and
was.
Vieira would not know what to do. I don't think he would have known what to do had Flores come on and let's say he did something magic like a Martinelli run and where he goes and chips Courtois up the other end of the pitch and leaves a Kante on the floor. I think that it's just bringing us back to reality. I think a lot of people, I think that was the main message. With Brighton as well, they don't have Dan Burns at the back anymore. They've only got Lewis Dunk. That really concerns me. Morpay will be up for it again. He'll be up for another fight. So hopefully someone puts him in his place. Hopefully Ben White.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be one of those that I think it'll be. We'll put on the. I can't remember what they call them. day after we'll just refresh, reset, look at what went wrong, and just go again. I think that's the only way we can do it. I mean, Brighton's always going to be a difficult game, no matter where it is, and it's at home. The fans will be up for it, that's for sure. As Lottie says, I don't know if she's going to the game or if any of you are going to the games, but I'm sure that the fans will be ready for and wanting that response, and they're going to want to play.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lottie's off to that one.
See, the thing we can't now. The thing is, the easy thing now is to feel sorry for us and think, well, we've not had a good game. But then, if you do that, you then impact on the next two games as well. So that's the first thing that Arteta needs to say is that after tonight, now we're back in the change rooms. That's forgotten about. We need to move on to Saturday, and that needs to be the focus now. He doesn't need to spend. I would say I'm not going to mention another word about that because that's just a game that happens sometimes where you don't play so well, and it is what it is. Like it just needs to be forgotten about and move on to Saturday.
Sometimes you get a point, sometimes you don't out of those sort of games, and again, it wasn't a point, but. It'll be a curious case, though, with some of those performances. Would you say some of them need to be rotated, some of them need a rest, some of them on the bench?
Like I mentioned a bit ago, I think that's definitely a case. I think we'll definitely see a fair few changes on the weekend. But
I am hoping just quickly, I'm hoping that Saka goes on a 4 weeks holiday to the Maldives or somewhere and just rests. He's on the beach, he's in the pool, just relaxing. I don't want to see him anywhere near a football for the next couple of months after the season's finished, that's for sure.
See, the thing is, we say that we can rotate, but can we actually? Our squad doesn't really allow that. So we can't really rotate a great deal, apart from putting your Pepes in, who obviously you want involved tonight, apart from switching Martinelli like we've done. It's very minor changes. It's never like we haven't got much room to change it, to be fair.
Yeah. That's an absolutely valid point as well. I mean, we mentioned our options, our very young options on our bench tonight. And it's obviously the absence of Pepe that we talked about.
It would have been a risk.
Exactly.
But you never know.
Can I just stop us all there just for a minute? Because just wait in the waiting room, ready to come in, is James. Hello. I'm just bringing you in there, mate. Hello. Welcome in. Hello, can you hear us? This is Big Brother. Please do not swear.
Hi, guys. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you? Welcome in.
Yeah, not so bad, thanks. Yeah, just can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Oh, good. Yeah. I said in the chat, it's I'm a jinx. First time I'm on, and the Arsenal don't turn up.
Well, it's okay. It's my fault as well, mate. It's my first time in this position, so I'll shepherd some of the blame in here as well. Just introduce yourself to the people who are just coming in, mate.
Yeah, I'm James. Let's see. I've not actually been on the main show yet, but yeah, I'm the new guy for Canon Chatter.
With some exciting things to come in the pipeline.
I'm currently working on the website to host all the blog for the coming Canon Chatter, and if anyone wants to field their views, just feel free to let us know. You know?
Actually, that's a good point. I do a bit of writing, so I'll probably. Have you got Twitter or anything like that? Where you can just sort of send you a message or?
Yes, sure. I'm on Twitter at BigJimmy_V.
We'll put that in our group chat in a little bit, guys. So, Jim, what did you make of tonight? How are your views? It's all very raw here.
It seems like a game of two halves, but pardon the cliche. I think in the first half, Palace really did a number on us. That they clearly had a good plan to nullify Lacazette's effects in the middle. It was like they just stuck Quixote on him and just had him walking around holding his hand. And then and I think the defense was really disjointed and we just looked shot. Maybe we were space jammed, I don't know. But in the second half, it was just Arsenal trying to break them down and missing important chances.
And missing important players as well, I felt, especially the influence of Kieran Tierney at left back was very apparent today, I felt.
Yeah, I think the wings, let's see, it was Tomiyasu on the right back. He wasn't there. And like you say, KT as well. He wasn't there either. And it's surprising, isn't it? Just one player and the whole team just looks a different side.
Yeah, that's also kind of worrying, though, isn't it? That if you take that one player out of the team, you shouldn't be relying on individuals. You should be a whole team. That's what football is, a team game. So you can't rely on one person. When you rely on one person, then you're always destined and doomed to fail, basically.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And it's one of them performances I felt where we looked very toothless until the changes. We felt that Nketiah made a difference. At least he looked somewhat of a threat. What did you think, Jim?
Yeah, it was quite interesting, wasn't he? He was probably Arsenal's best player when he came on. I think he was controlling it and trying to bring people in. And just trying to remember if he had any shots himself, but he definitely made a difference.
He set up across the two, didn't he? So he certainly made himself known up there. But
had that one hit.
Yes, indeed. Yes, he did. Yeah. It's kind of strange not having notes to refer to doing this live. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I know what you mean. I remember I did an after game one before, and I just had pages and pages of notes. I know what you mean.
Exactly.
I had the first podcast I was on, I think it was the women's show on this one.
Yeah.
And I had like 4 or 5 pages of notes that I didn't use. I didn't use like much of it at all. But I thought, right, I'm going to fast forward that to today. And like 5 or 6 podcasts in, I've got 0 notes in front of me and I'm just going off on a limb, basically.
Fair enough.
Thing is, though, is that with these, you either need something to keep yourselves entertained, or you just find little stats and things and that you find online or something like that, just to keep everyone entertained and keep it going. I think today, everyone's just going to be disappointed with it, but I think it's been a really good show, to be honest. Tonight, it's a shame about the result, but
it's been really fun from my point of view. I must say this, and thank you guys for being as helpful and as encouraging as you were, particularly pre-match on our group chat. We had a lot of fun on that. It was good. So I don't know where do we go from here. Is there anything else anyone wants to bring up?
The next game is hopefully a lot better.
Beg your pardon, I didn't hear that.
I said that the next game is hopefully a heck of a lot better than that.
Yes, absolutely. What day is that, by the way? Is that a Saturday game?
Saturday. I'll double check the time. I'm guessing it'll be a 3 because I don't think it's on Sky. So I'm guessing it'll be a 3 o'clock game, if I'm honest.
Just having a look. Yes, it is. Indeed, it is. On the same day.
Also playing today at the Emirates.
At the Emirates, wasn't it? Yeah. How did that go?
I don't know. They haven't put out.
They were winning. I will double check that now.
Thank you.
Because hopefully it might be a bit of good news.
Yeah, just end on like a really positive note.
Oh no, it sounded like an unbelievable game, to be fair. So Buref scored twice. Somebody called Souza, and it ended 3-3.
Oh, fair enough.
With Man City scoring 2 of their goals 190 plus 3 and 190 plus 4.
Oh, for goodness sake. I thought we were going to win the positive way, guys.
Yeah, I hope so as well. But...
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, our game against Brighton is the 3 o'clock kickoff, so it's not available. And
Indeed.
it's the same one for Southampton as well. It's
Yeah,
a 3 o'clock
Southampton
kickoff.
home to Chelsea, and Villa will play Spurs. So in that race for the European places, that's where we're up for this weekend. And I would guess Man United will follow later during the week. I do not see their game. Let me see if I can see it there.
That's
Unless I
got
have
an
missed it.
interesting point as well. There's going to be a lot of
There
teams
it is.
up for these games.
Everton versus Manchester United. So I would have thought Rooney would have been a good guess for that one, but there you go. But he's probably away with his club, in all fairness.
He's probably angling for the United job in the summer, isn't he?
You never know, mate. You never know.
Yeah. Apparently, he turned down the Everton job because he wanted the Man United job.
There you go. You have to be optimistic, I suppose.
He doesn't walk away from bad situations. Well, he's walked out of plenty of them before.
Fair.
Just digging into the Rooney.
Oh, no, I don't even want to go there, mate. No.
Our lawyer's number is...
Yeah. This is the views, not of Cannon Chatter. Anyway.
What
I can get away with it. I live quite near Everton, so...
Okay.
I was going to say, what do you think this result says about the rest of the season?
No, go on.
I was watching that, and it almost kind of, like we mentioned, reminded me of the start of the season. And it also kind of gave me, I got a massive sinking feeling when that third one went in. And it was almost like that a little bit of top four was taken away from me. And it was kind of that like sinking feeling in my stomach. So that's left me. And it doesn't fill you with any confidence because you didn't see anything from the team. So it doesn't fill you into any confidence going into the rest of the games. If we'd seen something, you could have come away from it and gone, do you know what? There was a little bit of something, but there was nothing. So for it to be that flat is just a worrying thing for me.
Fair enough. Just bringing up this comment here from Stephen. Upcoming shows coming up on Cannon Chatter. Last orders, 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Lottie will be with us on Thursday with the England Ladies preview and the lock-in on Friday evening. So that's all upcoming on Cannon Chatter. I think that is probably a decent way to end the show, to be honest with you. So we're on the 3/4 hours here, guys. That's a pretty epic kind of show, to be fair. I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, bye-bye. So before we disappear, I'm going to take that comment away from the screen.
There we go.
Matt, where can everyone find you on Twitter, etc., etc.?
So mine is at MattLR28 on Twitter.
Jim?
That's big Jimmy _V on Twitter.
And Sam?
So you're most likely to get me on Instagram if you wanted to. So Sam Wilson AFC on Instagram, or Twitter is Sam Wilson AFC, but with the I as a 1.
Rightio. And if you so wish to do so, you can find me on Twitter at Lee Meadows. This has been an interesting experience. Thank you for being here. And keep chatting, I guess. See you soon. Cheers.
Down for the long run now.